Yes, sir. Once again, we back at a great man of God Media TV with another reaction video. And we got the season 3 reunion. All right, this is a doozer. It's like I'm gonna be reacting this thing over 2 hours. So without further ado, here we go. We got BM, we got Arlette strategizing for the show. That's what's up. Okay, I know that girl. That's the indecisive girl. I know who that is. Miss Indecisive. Okay, my man, the child book author, the professor is back. That's what's up. Okay. Is that girl pregnant? I remember her. Yeah, she stood on business talking about, I want to meet somebody in Detroit, flying out to go see somebody, flying out to a show in Phoenix, Arizona, right? To try to find love in Detroit. Make it make sense. My man got his dog. Okay. Shit, that might be the only motherfucker he need because there ain't nobody find no matches. So shit, you know what I mean? Damn. I don't remember this girl. Y'all let me know who this girl is. I don't remember her at all. Damn, him either. Who is that? Okay, I know her. That's stripper. That's a stripper. We know the stripper. Okay. Or I should say, I'm going to give her a benefit of the doubt. Let's say reformed stripper. Because she actually is trying to change. She's trying to get out of her stripper ways and not have that stripper residue from her past life affect her future. So we'll see. I wish her best of luck. So. Okay, I remember him. And yes, this is the girl that took her damn hair hat off to show the world that she rocks natural. And that's what it should be. That's Cliff. Shout out to Cliff. Dodged a whole rocket launcher. All right. Okay, that's the Haitian. She got that lace front. That lace front is terrible. Who told you to wear that damn lace front, girl? You ruined your whole goddamn outfit, bro. And them goddamn long nails, some yellow nails. Oh boy, this is the first completely sauteed and fricasseed. Yeah, man, that whole lace front is sauteed and fricasseed. That's not a good look, bro. Out of here. Okay, I don't know who this guy is. Is that the guy? Y'all gotta do it. Y'all gotta do a re. I don't know who this guy is. I know him. He been on the show at least 3-4 times. I know that guy. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. And niggas is trying to, that's her signature microphone twirl that niggas been just biting. Men who do the Pop the Balloon or Find Love show have actually taken this signature mic twirl that a female's supposed to do, and men are doing it. That's how completely sauteed and fricasseed that is. Crazy work, bro. That's what's up. Power couple. That is the power couple for 2024 right there. That's what's up.
If you're thinking about buying or selling,
love and respect to the black nuclear family, bro. That's what we need right there.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here with the season 3 reunion. As always, before
this, I don't know who this nigga is with the whatever he got on. He's out of. He look like he out of place. Look like he a fan that just happened to be. I don't know. He just don't look like he been part of the show, and I don't remember who this guy is either. So,
before we start, we're gonna have some lovely words from my husband, the producer of the show, BM.
Welcome to season 3 reunion. First of all, I want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ every time, because He is the truth. I also want to thank everybody that comes on the show. I want to thank my amazing wife for being the best host that a producer could ever have. For being the best wife that a husband could ever want.
That's what's up.
So I definitely appreciate you. She's been absolutely fantastic. She has been the same. She has been consistent. She's been the same since episode 1. She's never changed. And she doesn't have to change. She's been absolutely amazing. Let's give her a round of applause to my wife. She's been absolutely amazing.
Yes, sir.
I also want to thank
You deserve that.
everybody that comes on the show, of course.
She
Everybody
deserve
that watches the show. Now, we are actually, next month is our 1-year anniversary.
That's what's up.
So we actually started, the first episode of Pop the Balloon was the 7th of December last year. So obviously, it's not even been a year yet. But during this whole year, we have had Pop the Balloon or Find Love. We've got the catch-ups. Yeah. We also have Blind Date Love. We have the reunions. We have BM Talks to them. Yeah. And now the new one, Best Dressed Today. It's amazing. We thank God for everything. He is amazing, because producing this type of shows is very difficult. And the fact that we're able to keep on top of it, I want to thank my whole team.
Consistency. For
doing what they do, and the professionalism that we put out is fantastic. I want to thank everyone that comes on the show. And I also want to thank everybody that watches the show. Yes. Because people that come on the show and the people that watch
I'm drinking eggnog, by the way. So just letting y'all know. Eggnog.
the show, you don't just watch and come on the show.
Dairy free, by the way.
You are part of the show. Like, I see people in the comments like every Wednesday saying, oh, it's like I'm meeting my cousins here. It's like
Right.
I'm meeting my cousins here every
Family
single
reunion.
week. So it's fantastic to see that we're building a community here. And God bless everybody that watches the show and everybody that comes on the show. And we hope great things for you all.
All right. Well, you guys heard the man. It's been a great season. So let's go ahead and get started with the season 3 reunion. Thank you, baby.
Like, I can see the bump in the back.
I know that I might be your type, probably, and I know that because of
Okay. I remember the guy now. The nigga still can't. I don't know what he got on. What he got on here, and then his other outfit is completely sauteed and fricasseed. Yeah, this is the one that was. She grilled him. That was crazy.
the way that you were looking at me, like you could eat me up on this floor.
The taper on top and then like the dreads in the back is like business in the front, party in the back.
Loki looked like one of my cousin's best friend's baby daddy.
What's 9 plus 9 times 9?
Oh, no!
I just don't like those boots. That's one of my things is the boots, but...
Hello, welcome in.
Hey, yo, them pop balloons is going to traumatize that dude. He probably going to need to have therapy or hypnosis therapy to get rid of them goddamn pop balloon sounds, because y'all traumatized my man. That's crazy
Come on,
work,
don't be
bro.
scared.
Crazy work.
All right, so that was a wrap up of season 3.
He's dressed way better too, man. The fit is super dope with the jacket, everything, the shoes, the glasses. He should have wore this shit out. You know what I'm saying? This is a much better outfit than what he had on when he came out on the show before, man.
3. That was
He learned his
episodes
lesson.
21 through 30. We made it through another 10 episodes. So just to go ahead and kind of kick off this reunion, there was one specific gentleman that was talked about quite a bit in episode 22. Let's go ahead and take a look to see who that was.
Provide something like what you do for a man first, because that's easy to say. Any woman can come out here and say, yo, give me some gifts, and I can bust out the bank card and be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what that is.
What makes you worthy to receive that other than you just being fine?
Well, if and when you become my man, you would know, and I would be your woman, and that's in every sense. So,
what?
Yeah, she. When I reacted to this, and I said she can't explain nothing. She just, because of the way she looks, she receives gifts, and she ain't got to do nothing but look pretty. That's pretty girl privilege. So ain't putting in no damn work.
What the hell does that mean? Like,
Okay, so Danny,
work.
In that segment that we just saw, are you saying that a woman needs to do more than just be fine to deserve gifts?
nah, I just wanted more from her.
Okay.
Just to, elaborate on like what you actually would do in a relationship, because when we don't have that much time to figure out this investment is going to be worth on you. So I need you to speak to my heart just a little bit more about what it is. I don't know you from a can of paint. So I need more, just feed my heart a little bit more and, please. That's what I'm saying. Like, tell me what's happening so I can be like, I bet this is closest to for sure investment as I can receive at this point in time. Because I just didn't want to waste my time for after the show and we don't talk or, she come out with some BS. So I just needed a little more, that's all.
Okay, I see. So guys, the fellas here on the panel, do you all agree with Danny? Like,
of course.
Micah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's kind of superficial just to say like the whole gifts thing. It's like, to me, it's an exchange of value. It's perfectly fine to shower your woman with everything she wants if there's an exchange of value, right?
Okay.
She's bringing something to you, bring something to her. But like, if it's a situation where you're just like expected to do all this stuff and she's just kind of like not adding anything to you, it's like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Kind of goofy.
Okay. Anyone else want to add to that?
Yeah, I'll add to that. In today's day and age where so many people are being used for things, it's just good to see that somebody's willing to invest first. But also, men are natural providers, right? So you don't know what that man is willing to do once you show a little bit of investment. You ain't even got to do a lot. I would just challenge women to invest a little bit into a man and see what he does, because you don't know. He could go 10 extra miles and you went 1, or he can go 2. You know what I mean? But you kind of got to gauge that. But men are natural providers, man. So once we see you giving a little, we gonna meet you where you at or exceed that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if she had said something like, I'm gonna be consistent with you. I'm gonna be there for you when you need me. We gonna talk. We gonna grow together. I'm gonna see where you at, and I'm gonna be your partner. And you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Just really just digged in deep. It's not even about the finances. I think that's normal. I think everybody wants to be shown. Like I said, everybody wants to be reassured. But under that, tell me that you understand. What I'm looking for. That's all I was asking.
Okay, so then for the ladies, do you all think we got to do more than just to look cute to deserve some gifts from our mans?
I think we do too much. I think in a lot of circumstances, we tend to, which is why
we got to do more.
Not even about the finances. I think that's normal. I think everybody wants to be shown. Like I said, everybody wants to be reassured.
Catching me off guard.
Under that, tell me that you understand.
That nigga outfit is, dang, that's annoying me. He don't look like he part of the show though, for real. Like his completely sauteed and fricasseed. Damn, I don't like this dude's outfit.
What I'm looking for.
Or on the episode.
That's all I was asking.
Okay, so then for the ladies, do you all think we got to do more than just to look cute to deserve some gifts from our mans?
I think we do too much. I think in a lot of circumstances, we tend to, which is why we shouldn't, show the wifey qualities before the reciprocation is given.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, I don't think she just wants to be gifted and do absolutely nothing. I think that she just...
Yeah, I beg to differ. Wifey qualities. First of all, most women don't even know what wifey qualities is. That's number one. Number two, we don't live in a marital society. All right. There are more people having babies out of wedlock than getting married. All right. That's a fact. So wifey qualities, women are raised in single parent households. So they don't know what a wife equality is if it smacked them in the face. They literally have to learn on the job what a wife actually entails. So yeah, I beg to differ when she taught y'all do too much. You guys don't know what to do. How about that? You guys don't really know what to do. Honestly. Like, you don't know what a wifey is. You don't know what that entails. You don't know what a guy actually needs, right? As a partner, as a helpmate, right? Those are the things that baseline things that a man actually needs. But again, there's a lot to learn and how to be a wife and present those qualities going forward. So
It's meant that in her relationship, she likes the thoughtfulness of being thought of.
Okay.
A lot of times it's not just about being materialistic or just being a gold digger. We want to know that when you're out, you're thinking of us and, hey, I picked this up for you. So a lot of times people confuse thoughtfulness for just being materialistic or, wanting something.
I feel like where women and men bump heads a lot is we're both waiting to see which one's going to do more first. I feel like it's just a waiting game. I feel like we, as women, we want to be courted. So we wait to be courted. And as men do, they want to be, they want to know the woman is more interested in them instead of what they can give you.
That's what they can give.
So it's just about a waiting game. Like we're both waiting on each other to show something.
Okay.
Kind of piggybacking off of Tiffany, like it is a waiting game, but literally just had this discussion, but men in this society, want to be seen as leaders, but what leadership qualities are you showing us? Like, you're supposed to be taking that step forward. Like, I'm supposed to be following you. So if you're waiting for me to invest something in you and all this other things, then you can just wait for another woman, because I'm looking for a man to lead me.
Okay.
So show me what you want me to show you, and then let's move, that way.
All right. Nice.
As much as I don't like that girl, she has a point. Men have to show leadership qualities and not wait. She does have a great point there. And so, again, that's part of society, right? Because men and women that you see today are mostly raised in single parent households. So who's actually leading? Technically, it's the women leading. They're the one that are raising these young boys to become men. Unless you have masculine energy, unless you have a physical presence of a father presence around that can shape and mold the boy into a man. I don't like to use that term boy anyway. The young man into a grown man, I should say, right? Correction. Then most likely you'll see better results. Most likely. Not all the time. But yeah, she does have a great point. Like, there's really the leadership qualities in a man are few and far between, because who is leading them while they were being raised? Who was actually leading them, right? Who was giving them guidance and directions for that purpose? So yeah, I agree with her.
Nice to hear from both ends, men and the women. So to go ahead and move on to our next segment here, let's take a look at the most viral moment of this season.
I don't know why you'd ask that. You look great, but
Well, I'm asking because I don't mind, because he was so wrong with the braids.
You want to take it out?
There we go.
Yeah, why can't I? So
you still look good.
And shout out to what's his name, Herman or whatever his name is. Yeah, this clip went viral. It went viral for the right reasons. She's a beautiful, naturally woman, and when she did her catch up, she mentioned she got sponsors, and I'm pretty sure she'll elaborate as well. She went up. This guy went completely sauteed and fricasseed. He had a catch up that was so dry, nobody was interested in him. This guy was completely, just no way you try to rank on a girl because she had on a wig and you thought she had something underneath her hair, which in fact it was her natural hair, and the fact that, of course, she should have came out wearing this look instead of the damn hair hat. But to call her out and try to make her look bad and it backfired on you, that says a lot.
Still look good.
So should I keep it off or? Okay.
So, Johiko, as you've seen, you're everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, every single place you could think of, your video has popped up at least, I don't even know, each time
Nice dress, by the way, too. Love the dress.
I'm scrolling, I'm seeing it. So how has it been for you since that moment? Walk us through like what actually was going through your mind during this moment as well.
Well, I mean, originally
Put your mic up, girl.
mentioned me having braids. He mentioned me having braids and lumps under my head. And of course, a few times I was just, I handled it humbly. I was like, braids? Okay, all right. Knowing I have no hair under my wig. But then I knew that there was the possibility of millions of people talking about what he said I could have had under my head. So, and I knew that I did not. So I just figured I was going to just show everybody what was really under there. I had no problem doing so. And it's the outpouring amount of love that I've received, coming on this show, it's always the possibility of, receiving some criticism and positive and negative, but for the most part, it was all positive for me. And I really appreciate everyone, all the support. So yeah, it was a lot.
Okay, and now Danny, we saw you kind of in the corner of that clip when she took the wig off. You disappeared. Where'd you go?
It was just a shock.
Okay.
That's all it was.
When I decided to get my education degree.
Yeah, I don't remember that part at all. I guess he went off camera.
No, it was, more power to her. But I was in shock. It was funny, to me. I'm goofy.
Yeah, it was definitely unexpected. I was there like, you gonna take it off? Like, I was like, hold on now, what's going on here?
I said, don't do it.
I wasn't gonna let him take me out like that. So at the end of the day, I know that my hair is very well maintained. I knew that he was very incorrect. At the end of the day, I still have a good relationship with Hugh. I keep in touch with everybody from my episode. I always check up on everyone. I wasn't offended because I knew that I didn't have what he said I had. So I know the world hates him, but yeah.
Right.
That's
in
a
the
fact.
best way. You look fantastic without it. In the best way. Like you could see more of your face.
You look beautiful.
You were glowing when you took that off. You were like, I'm everywhere.
You should have just kept it off.
Wait, Cliff, what?
The question is, I would ask her, well, why didn't you come out in that look in the first place? That should have been your look to come out like that. Why didn't you come out like that? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to ask her that question. Somebody, please.
What did you say?
I feel like she should have just kept the wig off.
Yeah, like she should have came out already, wig off.
Wig off.
To be honest, when I was backstage with the girls, the curls wasn't curling. It was just a lot going on with the wig. It was lifting. And I had mentioned like wanting to take it off backstage. But, the girls were trying to just like, girl, you look good. Just leave it alone. So that was another reason why I was...
Oh, man, listening to your guy. Well, they're strangers and they're telling you. Go with your instinct, man. Okay? Go with your instinct because had you came out with your natural look, things would be different for sure. Things would be different, but
just like, what? I did want to take it off, but everybody backstage was just like, girl, you look good. Leave it alone. I was going to braid it, put it to the side. They were like, leave the curls, just leave it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just leave it. Right. But when that happened, I was like, good. Because I didn't want it on.
That nigga dog is right there. He ain't even moving. Damn, that's a disciplined ass dog. Unless that dog is sleeping or something.
In the first place. So
once you're like, I was looking for a reason to yank this off anyway.
Once he said that, I was like, period, that's it. I'm taking it off.
Yeah. Definitely a sign from God because you should have walked in with that wig off anyways because she looked good with it off.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to another young lady who was talked about quite a bit from her episode. Let's take a look.
Yo, punk ass.
I'm not loud and rowdy, but I just feel like I might be a lot. I know I feel chill right now.
All right, name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Angelique. I'm 32. Okay. It was the lashes comment. Women are gonna women. We're going to do what we're going to do. And I think for a man to
at least she consistent with her hairstyle. She ain't changed her hair at all. Damn, okay. That's what's
up. Make a comment about the things that we do, makeup, hair, lashes. Like, I get that it's not your preference, but let women be women.
Right.
or don't date us. You know, it was the age. I'm 32, you're 28. Is that what I remember? Correct. Yeah. And when you first said it, I thought about popping, but I was like, no, girl, don't block blessings. Just keep on listening. But it just kept popping up in my head. And I have to listen to my gut. Okay. She's never going to lead me astray. That's so it is the age. I hate it. I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean,
so Angelique, yeah, the comments ate you up, and my facial expressions.
Goodness gracious.
So it was like a trend, you know, and everybody started catching on. Like, this girl keeps hanging on to her balloon until the last minute when it's you and down to like one other person. And there were comments like, "Oh, I feel like she's blocking other people's blessings. You know, somebody else could have been had their balloon still at the end." How do you feel about that?
I feel like watching it, I totally understand why people feel that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, that's not what I was doing. So everyone was incorrect. It's all about perspective. And you know, I'm gonna sit here and be real with y'all. And for everyone that's standing in the line, you sometimes can forget you're even standing there. And it's very possible to forget that you're even standing there. And that happened a couple of times for me. Like, I zoned out. I was overthinking some of the things. Like, it just happened. So me waiting until the last minute, it wasn't intentional. It was, I'm kind of thinking about what's going on here, what I should do. And then the other part is, dang, I'm standing here. What is happening up here? These people are looking at me. Like,
okay. So it's pattern behavior, but your excuse is that you zoned out. Gotcha. All right, cool.
That was it for me. Like, it was never, ooh, I'm gonna wait and be the last one. It was never that. I never thought of that. Okay. So when that came out, I was like, huh? What are we talking about, y'all?
So, like, for example, because one of the first few things that people say when they come out is their age. But you did it twice with the age. You held on till the last minute, but that's one of the first things they say. So if that is something that's like a deal breaker for you in a way, like, how come you didn't pop right away for those?
It's a deal breaker in a way. Okay. It's not like the end all be all. It's possible, but it's like, well, let me think about this. What do I feel? Because that's important to me. The energy, the feeling, like, that's important to me. Okay. So that's what I was thinking the whole time. It was never, okay, they came out, they're 27, pop, pop, pop. It was never that for me. Okay. Because certain things you can or can't change, like your height, your age, where you are. And like, certain things just can either be fixed and they just kind of don't matter. And some things do. And it's just everything collectively. What am I feeling? What am I thinking?
It's called a preference. Why is she talking about height and age? You have a height preference and an age preference. Okay? So you pick and choose what preference you want. What you mean you can't change it?
Unfortunately.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. And then another thing that was coming up, when you popped on Jay, you said, you know, something about, you know, women are going to women. If you don't like it, don't date us. What did you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
I sure can.
Okay.
I mean, allow people to be whoever they're going to be. And that's men and women. Because a lot of people came out and was like, well, y'all pop because men are short. No, bookies. Like,
what did you mean by that? Can you elaborate?
I sure can.
Okay.
I mean, allow people to be whoever they're going to be. And that's men and women. Because
you got a crook in your neck, girl? What's wrong with your neck?
What did you mean
by that?
Can
you
elaborate?
I sure can.
Okay.
I mean,
what is she doing,
allow
bro?
people to be whoever they're going to be. And that's men.
Let me slow this down. I'm sorry. That movement is crazy. I gotta slow this shit all the way down. Let's see it frame by frame. The Detroit girl right here. Let's take a look.
And women. Cause a lot of people.
Yeah, she had to crack her neck. I guess you ain't getting no massages or something.
People came out and was like, well, y'all pop because men are short. No, bookies. Like, I never said that, because you can't change your height, right? But I can change my lash. I can change if I want to wear makeup or not. But my thing is, that's my thing. Let me just be me. I want to come out and wear my lash. Let me do that, and you love me regardless. Okay. Or today, I don't want to do that, and I want to have a plain face and just wear my sunscreen. Let me do that, and you love me regardless. Realize that it has nothing to do with my heart.
Mm-hmm.
check this out.
She got the nigga right next to her that she said was wanted to eat her up. I wonder what his response is going to be.
With just who I want to be in this moment. Okay. But since we are talking about the lashes and that whole thing, I do want to make sure I give you an apology for that because, like I said, I overthink quite a bit. And what I was thinking in my head is not the same as what actually came out my mouth. And so when I watched the show back and I realized that people are thinking that I'm trying to say, you should go date men, that was not my intention at all. Mm-hmm. My thing is, this lineup has been extremely consistent. There was one young lady on my episode, or our episode, who did not have on makeup. But other than that, this lineup has been extremely consistent. So it's like, if these aren't the type of women that you like to date, don't. Because there are 1,000 different women out here. And that's really what I was trying to say. But I understand that it didn't come out that way. And you probably felt as if I was trying to attack you and your sexuality, and that was never the case.
And Jay, you actually did. You made a post about it on Instagram. You said you felt like it was an attack on your manhood, right? You said something along those lines. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been consistently attacked for my manhood on this show, you know, but I think you popped prematurely on me because there's levels to it, right? Like her lashes was like those little caterpillars that was black that we ain't seen since we was like 15. But yours, like I could see through it. You couldn't see through hers. I could see through yours. And I actually complimented your lashes, right? So I like the individuals. I like the hybrids. I like those lashes. I don't like the little strips. But also when makeup is supposed to be natural, but it doesn't look natural, that's something that I don't like. So if the makeup is supposed to look natural, right? Like lashes, they're supposed to look natural. But if it's supposed to look unnatural, like I complimented you on your eyeshadow, right?
And I said, thank you.
I don't think niggas is running around with fuchsia eyelids and that's matching they fuchsia lips. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was looking good. I liked it. So I can appreciate the creative, you know, inspiration behind that. But we all have seen those posts where it'll be a man with a full beard and he do his makeup and he looked like we can't even tell. So that's my thing, is like we want it to look natural and we just don't want to have to see your baby pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But I like your lashes today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
you know, and I liked them that day.
Okay. Thank you, and I appreciate that.
I didn't like hers though.
Stop it.
But that was my whole point. Was just like, let her wear whatever she want to wear. It shouldn't be a comment about it. And that was my point.
Okay, let's take. Go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know after going viral, there were a lot of people asking, why does she wear the wig anyway? Women need to be more confident, understand that we don't care about fake hair. And I agree with you.
It's not about them. It's about us.
It's about us. We don't get up in the morning like, oh my God, this is for the men. You know, we see certain looks that we want to achieve, that we desire, and because of our different types of hair textures and hair lengths, sometimes we can't achieve it. So we do it just for fashion, we do it for style, we do it for looks. We don't do it for you. We don't care. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I'd love to consider my person. You know, I do want to, how do you think about this? How do you, but we don't do it for you guys. So I did not wear the wig because I wasn't confident. She does not wear lashes because she's not confident. As women, it's about beauty. That's why y'all looking at us in the first place too. You know, we're beauty. We're beautiful people. So just wanted to agree with you on that.
Thank you.
You know how I look at it now? I look at it as, you know how when your little daughter or your niece dress up in makeup and be like, hey, mommy, look how pretty I am. And she looks crazy, makeup down here, makeup over here, smeared lip gloss. And she thinks she looks so beautiful. I feel like that's how men look at us. Like, you do not need all that stuff. But we looking at us like, we look good. You know?
That was cute.
It's an accessory.
That's a good observation. Thinking of my daughter, like when she started getting older, you know, start dressing up. Man, I'm looking forward to it, but not looking forward to it at the same time. So she about to be 5 next month. I mean, January. So It is what it is.
The same way we polish our nails red, that's the same. To me, it's an accessory. Now, some women probably do feel like they need it to cover certain things and flaws, but for some of us, it's an accessory. Just like our heels, just like our rings and our earrings, our makeup is an accessory.
Yeah, so the point you're saying, like where you said he shouldn't comment on it, I kind of disagree with that, because it's like everybody should be able to comment on what they like or dislike, right? Like to say like, oh, let a woman just be a woman. It's like, well, you can do that, but if a guy is saying, hey, I don't like this, it's like he should be able to comment on something he doesn't like about her, because women do it all the time, right? I don't like his height. I don't like this. I don't like that, you know, and it's accepted. But if a man has like a preference that he states, then it's like, don't comment on women. It's like, you comment on men, right?
But that was my point. Like you just said about height and all that. Like, that's my point. You cannot change the fact that you're short or if you're tall, right? Me and my lashes, I can rip these off and put on a whole new pair or not. Or I can put on some mascara if I want to, or individuals. That's my point though. That has absolutely nothing to do with who I am as an individual. It's just, this is fun for me. This has nothing to do with my heart whatsoever. And so to judge me on that, just like I shouldn't judge you for your height, is the same thing, because your height doesn't make you.
Would you like to have health?
I don't like that comparison. You're comparing something where you have a choice. And I've been said that y'all women wear hair hats and lashes and nails for yourself, not typically for the men. But you saying that you can't change your height, but I can change my lashes. It's a preference. It still goes back to preference. You prefer to wear lashes, right? But you can actually not wear lashes. Also, you prefer taller guys, so you don't have to deal with the shorter guys that you don't want. You shouldn't even be bothered or even have this conversation about you can't change your height. Guess what? You can avoid that by making sure that you have your certain height preference where you're not worried about height. Goes back to preference. That's my point. This is all about preferences. All right? Keep it moving. Oh, my bad.
It does not make you. And I think it doesn't make it has absolutely nothing to do with who I am as an individual. It's just, this is fun for me. This has nothing to do with my heart whatsoever. And so to judge me on that, just like I shouldn't judge you for your height, is the same thing, because your height doesn't make you, or your weight doesn't make you. Whatever you're wearing that day does not make you. And I think that's the thing. That's the issue I think I had with the comments and everything else, is because I didn't pop for superficial reasons, but I got a lot of those superficial comments. And it's like, no, if you're here to find love for real, then you wouldn't be popping for that, because those things do not matter, like the lashes.
Okay.
Or hats.
Danny, I see you shaking your head no.
No,
No
you
comment?
do got something to say. Say it, Bookie. Come on.
Micah.
If he won't say it, I will. You have to be attracted to somebody to move forward to that level. Like, granted, you can't be superficial, but like, if that's just not your preference, and not saying anything about what you said, like I agree with what you said. But if we're being realistic, like that's your preference. Like, I love me a black man. Like, I love black men. So just because there is a guy out there of another race that's attractive, that doesn't make him less attractive because I don't want to pursue him, or I don't think he's a great person. He can be the nicest, most generous person out there. But if you don't have those attributes that I'm looking for, I'm not actively pursuing you or trying to even see what love is like with you. Not saying that there wouldn't be some random, once in a million lifetime instance where we might click, we might connect, but that's all left up to chance. So I think
I'm not about to see with no woman that don't know what a good wig or bad wig is, what love is like with her.
All right.
We ain't come all natural. We come out there to put your best foot forward.
Literally.
And if your best foot forward is your lashes hanging off the side, I ain't even watched the episode, but if it look whack, then that's what you come out the house looking like. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Pop.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at another moment of Angelique's.
Damn.
Yep, girl. All right, so where do we pop?
Honestly, I think, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just say it. Okay, I know that I might be your type, probably, and I know that because of the way that you were looking at me.
Right.
Like, you know, you could eat me up on this floor, and
Right.
you know, I think when I'm initially meeting someone, especially when there's 1,000 different.
The nigga ain't rebuttal that shit. He's just like, yeah, right. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I want to sop you up with a biscuit type nigga.
Beautiful women standing here.
Right.
It's uncomfortable to constantly be looked at like they want to eat you up.
But at the same time, yeah, I read the comments and I agree with it when I originally reacted to this. You rejected a man that finds you attractive, that wants you, that's showing interest. You rejected him. Right? Interesting. But again, attraction matters. So if she found him attractive, it wouldn't matter. Right? So
In that
it is what it
moment.
is.
Like, you know, granted, love it. Yes. Let my
Right.
man look at me like that. But right here, right now, it is so uncomfortable.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I can't stand it. And I think I get that. I get that all the time at work. And I just be like, all right, bro. Like, I'm just trying to be here.
So you don't think that it's like
I think
the
it
male
just-
like that's really feeling you? You don't think that's
No, I feel that. That's why I said I know for a fact that I'm your type. It's just, it makes me so uncomfortable right now.
right?
And that's why I was kind of like waiting. I'm like, damn, maybe I could chill.
Right,
Is he
right,
your
right.
type?
You know, my friends are going to say I don't really have a type. So,
Cap. She got a type. Cap.
Let's start
Cap,
with
cap,
Tamarcus. What was going through your mind during that were you as confused as I was?
I was super confused.
Okay.
Because like I don't know, I always thought that like, well, first off, when I first went onto the show, right?
Yeah.
I come out, I look from the right to the left.
Is that a nose ring, nigga? Damn.
There was only two.
Yeah, I would have.
Two women that I was attracted to,
Okay.
physically.
Mm.
So as I went down the line, I didn't want to pay no mind to the other. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care who was who was in the line
Right.
besides the two.
Okay.
And so when I got to her, it was kind of like one of those like, okay, so you don't think that or you don't want the man to show that he's feeling you or that we're on a dating show. Like
yeah.
I just I didn't get it.
Okay. Angelique?
I mean, okay. I knew I was going to get toe up for that, okay? And as you can see, I was fighting for the words to say.
You didn't know you was gonna get toe up for that when you said it originally. After the fact, you did, not during the time you actually said it. Stop the cap, please.
But in real life, y'all don't see him looking at me the way that I see him looking at me. And I was genuinely uncomfortable. So I'm going to stand on that. I was genuinely uncomfortable. If I would have saw him on the street and he did the same thing, I would have been like, all right, y'all good? Y'all straight?
You would have no problem if Idris Elba did the same thing, or Amari Hardwick did the same thing, right? Or Chris Brown or Usher did the same thing. If they looked at you like they want to eat you up, those men would get a pass. So stop the cap. You just don't find them attractive. It's just that simple. Why can't y'all motherfuckers be, honest? I don't get it.
But the street and a dating show is two different scenarios.
Sure, I agree. However, that don't mean I still wasn't uncomfortable. I was still uncomfortable.
Were you not attracted to him? Is that it? Like, were you not attracted?
That's what I was getting at, like,
and the
just-
reason I'm asking is because, like, a lot of times with women, it's like the things that are creepy versus not has only to do with
Because
attraction.
they're not- exactly.
Like, if a guy,
Right.
how
Just
is that
say
if
that.
he's attractive? It's like, oh,
Right.
well, he's forward.
Exactly.
You know, he
'Cause
but
if
if
he
he's
was
ugly,
fine,
it's like, oh, he's creepy.
You would have been looking back.
He's a
And
predator.
Angelique,
Like-
that's why I had asked you, is he your type? But you really didn't answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Still not answering.
That's why I said it's cap when she says she don't have a type. Again, I used the examples of Idris Elba, Amari Hardwick, Chris Brown, and Usher. All four of those guys, I'm sure, will get a pass, and they can do whatever pretty much, and just stare at her all day, and she wouldn't say a goddamn thing about her being upset or bothered by it. So
Yeah, what are you talking about?
She ain't. I feel that, right? I feel what you're saying because you're right. I feel you on that.
We got our answer.
So what's the question? It wasn't. I'm gonna be real. It wasn't if I was like unattracted to him or not. But I don't know. I really have no.
she still ain't answering the guy. This is one thing about these reunion shows. For the most part, I'm gonna say the women. I'd say men and women, but I'm gonna say women mostly are the ones that double down. Whatever they said or how they felt on the episode, they still stand. When they do the reunions or the catch up, they still feel the same way, no matter how much the comment section is roasting them. If they say something crazy, they'll double down on what they said. I said what I said. I'm not changing my mind. There was only one girl, I think that church girl who matched with the guy from Vegas, where she kind of changed her tune. What was that? What did she say? I forgot what she had said originally. God damn. But she had said something, and y'all can correct me in the comment section. She had said something, and the comment section just completely obliterated her. And she went on the reunion show. I believe it was a reunion show, if I'm not mistaken. Reunion or catch-up show. And she basically said, you know what, I learned from what y'all said, and I apologize. And, she took accountability. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the rare occasion. For the most part, like, besides her, when people come out on these shows and they say some crazy shit, they double down. They don't change. So it is what it is.
No idea how to answer that because it's not that I think he's unattractive. It's not that I think.
What are you? I have a question.
Okay, let's hear from TJ. Go ahead.
What are you attracted to?
It's like physically, right?
Yeah, physically.
And see, when I say this,
it don't even matter. What are you? That was an open-ended question. What are you attracted to? It's like physically, right? It could be whatever. What are you attracted to? Like, it could be tangible, intangible. What are you attracted to, right?
like unattracted to him or not, but I don't know. I really have no idea how to answer that because it's not that I think he's unattractive. It's not that I think.
What are you? I have a question.
Okay, let's hear from TJ. Go ahead.
What are you attracted to?
It's like physically, right?
Yeah, physically.
And see, when I say this, because I said this on live and I know what y'all about to say, but like if I had to like pull a guy out of a catalog, he's gonna be 6 feet and up, chocolate, bald, with a beard. So, and I know what y'all about to say.
She described the dude right next to us. Funny as hell, bro. That's funny.
Work for real.
How tall is Ball with a beard?
He ain't got the beard.
I'm 5'11".
Oh,
but
never
with
mind.
the white shoes, I could be like 6 foot.
He got some Balenciaga. He missing the beard, but he got everything.
I'm sorry, sis. I ain't with you on this one.
I know what y'all about to say.
I can't even support you.
Man.
That's Morris Chestnut right there.
Nice, bright.
I can't even support you. Who said that?
It's not. Thank you.
Who said that? Who said that?
Nice.
He might not got the beard. He ain't got the beard.
I'm 5'11".
Oh,
but
never
with
mind.
the white shoes, I could be like 6 foot.
He got some Balenciaga. He missing the beard, but he got everything.
I'm sorry, sis. I ain't with you on this one.
I know what y'all about to say.
I can't even support you.
Man.
That's Morris Chestnut right there.
Who the hell said that?
Bright.
Beard, but he got everything.
I'm sorry, sis. I ain't with you on this one.
I know what y'all about to say.
I can't even support you.
Oh, her.
That's
Okay,
Morris
okay.
Chestnut right there.
Nice, bright.
beard. There's no beard there though.
It's not. Thank you.
It's not full.
He still got a beard.
He got a little bit though.
Thank you. Somebody got something.
Okay,
But
all right.
So,
So just to kind of open up to everyone else, what did you guys think like when you watched this episode
Not
of
too much.
Angelique?
So
Chill out, y'all.
for me personally, like I feel like just watching, you was like iffy. Like you looked at him, and I think in your mind you knew you didn't like him, but you didn't want to let him down.
Right. That's what I
hard.
got.
Because homie is bald, homie is dark skinned, homie got a beard. What's up?
And he 1 inch from 6 feet.
And he like you. And he like you. Man, he really like you. Like he
What
was.
does him
he was
like him? He got to do.
What did BM did BM set everybody together for on purpose like that?
Well, that's what the show is about.
You said you,
was about to
but
go
you
with the
described
conversation
him.
earlier.
You described them.
If Idris Elba was looking at you like that, how would you feel?
Girl, you would have been looking right
Idris
back.
the boss, I'm saying.
Exactly. Like,
Okay.
It's like we want to pull our
Then I just said that I gave 4 examples, and Idris Elba was one of them, right? It was, and I said 4 archetypes. 4 archetypes. So I said like, yo, it's gotta be 4 or one of the 4 archetypes that she likes. So, again, Omari Hardwick, light skin archetype, right? Dark skin archetype, Idris Elba, right? Then you got Usher, dark skin with the low Caesar archetype. Chris Brown, light skin, the athletic build, archetype. So, 4 examples. Pick your poison, right?
popular people like Idris.
Wait, hold on. I want to ask you a question. What is a beard to you? Because there's different types of beards, and you said you want a man with a beard, and they're coming at you saying he has a beard. What's a beard to you?
This a beard.
Sister. That's a beard.
You know what I'm saying?
We just let her off the hook. We just let her off the hook.
You can rub like that. I like that.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap up this segment. So obviously we heard from TJ. What about the rest of you guys? Like, what did you guys think of Angelique on the show when you watched it?
I team girl all the time, but girl, she was tripping.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm sorry, tripping, girl.
That's crazy.
All right, so to go ahead and segue on to our next segment, this single man walked out and pretty much every single woman on the panel popped their balloon. Let's see who the unlucky fellow was. Hello, welcome in. Come on in, don't be scared.
I popped my balloon because of basically the height. I think you're very handsome, and I love that you're giving back to your community.
My man, it looks like he learned his valuable lesson on what to wear going forward. The outfit he got on that's a dope outfit. Dope outfit. This
the kids
wasn't it.
It was just the height.
It was the attraction for me, and then also the height. I'm pretty tall, so
And
I
that's
want
cap.
somebody that I can look up to.
That I can look
All
up
right,
to.
so TJ, a couple of the pops on you were due to height. First of all, how tall are you? Let's start with that.
All right. I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1".
I'm 6'1",
Okay.
and it was shown because that lady said she was 5'11".
She was 5'11". Yeah, she was tall.
According to her, you're not 6'1".
5'2" with him.
Watch her double down on that.
And I was like right there. So I'm 6'1".
Okay, you're 6'1". Okay, so was that shocking for you to hear? Like when they're like, "Oh, it's your height, it's your height."
Yeah, so for me, I feel like it wasn't so shocking because I hear height on TV on shows, but in real life, I'm 6'1", so like I don't see women taller than me.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So like me personally, going on a show, I didn't really see any women that were taller than me. Like she was an inch maybe taller than me, but the rest of the women was shorter than me. So yeah.
Okay, so Ish, you were one of the women that ended up popping on TJ and saying like, it was the height thing. First, let's start off. How tall are you, Ish?
I'm 5'6.5" without heels or anything, standing flat foot.
Okay. So on, what's the usual height of a man
Watch her punk ass double down. Let's see.
that you date?
Because of how tall I am, and I'm.
Oh my God! Why you keep saying because of how tall I am? You're still okay. Let's just do it real quick because this is how delusional she still is. Because of how tall I am, the average height for a female, I gotta fact check this, but I remember if my memory serves me correctly, the average height for a female is 5'7". She's below average, but let's double down. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, 5'4". My bad. I thought it was 5'7". Okay, so she is 2 inches above average. 2 inches above average. All right. So yeah, 5'4" is the average height for a female. So she's 2 inches above average. All right. It's still not significantly tall. I'd say anything that's over 5'10" and over, that's hella tall. And when you get them women that are super tall, they got big ass feet. And that's a turn off for me. But let's keep it going.
like the type of woman that likes to dress up. So when I have on heels, I'm probably 5'9" or taller. Now let me clear things up, okay? So if you seen that clip we just watched, we were almost eye to eye. There is no denying that clip.
What you mean? Y'all right there. She doing it again. And look at her. Look at her. Look at her right here. Look at her. She's like, oh, here we go. Lace front right here. A Haitian dog, lace front. Like, damn, here we go again. Like, y'all are right there physically in the flesh. Y'all could do like a measuring. I knew she was going to double down on the damn height thing. Y'all could easily set the record straight and see who's really capping about their height. All right? Y'all are right there in the flesh. He's still like, what, are we on this again?
Of how, just go back to the clip. If you put up on the screen. Now, I'm not saying that we are eye to eye because we just stood next to each other, TJ, and we already know what your height is now. But looking at you from that angle, it looked like I was looking at you dead in your eyes. I couldn't see like how tall we actually were.
What you mean from that angle? You guys are in the same goddamn studio where you can stand up. I'm sure y'all did pre-production before y'all hit record. Y'all shook hands or hugged or whatever before y'all sat down, and y'all, you know, looked at each other and saw the height. So what are you talking about? Bro?
So the relationship that I was in prior, I was like this. I was like this to you. So that was that issue there. But I didn't pop just because
the
of
relationship you was in prior. You was like this. So the brother was probably 6'4" and above, which is what, like 8% of the population in the world. With guys that are 6'4" and above. Let's be realistic here. So if that's your preference, well, go ahead, wait on the sideline like a groupie at an NBA game and wait to see if one of those guys pick you up while they coming out the tunnel doing their fashion runway. You can try that. You know what I mean?
that I popped because the guy before you, the first guy, he came on there and straight lied about his height. He couldn't be no more than 5'9", 5'10". He said he was 6 feet, and that just blew me. So I thought you were doing the him.
First guy who matched, he went on the show again. You flamed him because you said he wasn't 6 feet tall. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm sure y'all who watching this know who she talking about too. The very first guy on the episode she was on was flamed by her actually, because she said the guy was 6 feet tall. But guess what? He matched with a girl that's actually taller than him. And you on the show at the reunion still talking about the things that you said, doubling down and still single, trying to look for a man. But the other guy found a match. You know, that's how life works.
So that was that. And then it was your pants for real.
Damn, what's wrong with his pants?
Wow, you still doubling down on this girl is. I see why. Yeah, man. The comment section is going to continue to flame this girl who continues to double down. She's tripling down. And when she said that comment, look at her smiling, like waiting for a reaction. Like she looks extremely combative, confrontational, right? That, oh man. Good luck to her, bro. Trying to find somebody out there. These combative, confrontational women that are not feminine, not submissive, is truly disgusting. That's what it is, bro. Let's keep it.
All right.
They were just a little tight.
I got a couple comments.
Okay, go for it.
So now seeing me, how tall am I?
6'1". We.
Okay.
6 feet to 6'1".
So at that moment when
you just confirmed it. So why did you say that now? Why would you bash the brother by saying, "Oh, well, you looked eye to eye back then, but now you're 6'1"?
Saw me, you judged me on a prior mistake of another man.
No. I judge you off of what I seen. Like I said, I seen you eye to eye.
But you said
you just said that you was.
We all agree that you did that.
Change height or something?
I said because of that instance, I felt like that was you being dishonest about your height as well.
Because of another dude lying.
No. You
said
said that you were 6'2", and
I don't even mad at the dude lie. He got matched up with a female that's taller than him. They don't care about height. You know, again, that's why her punk ass is single. Still,
did not see you as 6'2", so it wasn't just based off of what he did. It was 6. He said he was 6'2" on the show though.
I said 6'2", but what you just said, like previously,
they try to catch him. I was an inch off. Okay, so niggas is lying about their height, but you women lie about your height every goddamn day. Every goddamn woman. Well, I can't see her shoes, but all these women here got heels on. They're lying about their height, which makes, like I said in my original reaction video, their height and depth perception is skewed because they have heels on. All these females got heels on, right? So they appear taller than what they actually are. And that's not their height. Las, they are capping about their height. Okay? Western women, and I gotta look this up because I'm a history guy. I like to look up, I like word history, etymology, you know. I like to look at the history of things and see how things began. But I really got to find out as to when the trend started for women wearing heels and why it's such a societal norm in Western society for women in America to wear heels as opposed to other countries. Right? That's what I want to find out.
Was that you popped because another dude lied and you
No. I did not say I popped because another dude lied. I said I popped because your pants were too tight. I said that I popped because I thought you were being dishonest about your height. And I also said I popped because you were not.
I'm gonna move on.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Honestly, I feel like all the women on my show, like when y'all are all nice people, y'all all nice women.
But I love the but part.
But I feel like when TJ came out, I feel like I set the precedence for everything to happen because I popped first and everybody immediately popped right after me. So I feel like I set the tone and I feel like it was just unfair because I did end up getting my balloon back.
Right.
So I'll say something about that. I did not pop because you popped, baby.
Yeah,
I popped because he looked like.
That's how I feel.
I know, but I'm
That's
saying
not the truth, though.
he looked like a lot of family members. I'm Haitian, and he looks very much Haitian. And people are like, "Oh, why would you pop?" Because he looks like a family member. I don't want to wake up next to somebody that looks like my mom's friend or my cousin.
Wait, I'm Haitian.
Wait, so Kamina.
Completely sauteed and fricasseed. Hey, yo, BM, good job putting everybody together. I like that. I like how he strategically sat certain people together. Two Haitian women that are really actually opposite of each other. The way they talk, the way they dress are polar opposites from one another. And even their thought processes are different. Watch how she's about to rebuttal what she said about him looking like a Haitian. When she's going to reply and disagree. Let's see what she got to say.
No, you don't date Haitians because of that?
No. To be honest, let me be real. I actually
offend
don't.
me because I'm Haitian, girl. What are we doing?
No.
What's going on?
No. It's one thing is he looks like a relative. Like he looks, I can't explain it. Like
so he look like a Zoe. He look like a Zoe Poppy.
No. Because there's some fine Zoes. Let me. There's some fine
Zoe Poppy is like the Haitians that
you
look
said
like
that for like 5 people though.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say any names, but there's this guy named Jonas that my mom is really best friends with. He just looks like Jonas. That's all.
Nobody knows who the fuck Jonas, whatever the fuck you said. Who the completely sauteed and fricasseed. So because he looks like Jonas, you pop the balloon because he looks like somebody myopic and anecdotal to your circumstance. And oh boy, her thought process is completely fried, bro.
I don't want to wake up to something that just looks like, I just didn't know how to say it, but that's really what it is. That's why I pop.
Okay,
But
Danny,
didn't you
go
say
ahead.
you have a couple people that look like your family members? Other than
Yeah,
him?
because Cliff was a family member too, and he looked way
No,
different.
no, 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 no. He's not a family member. Like Cliff, for him, he looked like my cousin's best friend's baby daddy.
Okay,
That's
you know what?
daddy.
Let's go back to the topic at hand. I think Danny
Bird brain. I'm sorry, that girl. Her IQ is disgusting. Like
had
I
a
can't
question
listen to
over
her.
here. Let's hear from Danny. Let's hear from Danny.
She said earlier.
I need a soundboard for bird brains, man.
Like I just want to know, what does height have to do with leadership? You know,
man, like what?
Yeah, I mean, a man could lead you, in the right direction, and whether you're looking at him at the same height or whatnot. I thought that when you're looking into a relationship, you're looking to see, a future with this person, compatibility. Yeah, exactly.
But you still want to be.
sure.
No, that's true, but it's about attraction. You have to be attracted to them, and so I'm sure that's what she's going to reply with. Hey, I got to be attracted to them first.
I disagree, bro.
Attracted to that
You still want to be
person.
attracted.
And that
Told you.
goes off of what we were talking about before. Like, if you're just not attracted to somebody, then you're not like gonna pursue that person
Right.
regardless. So they could be a great leader, like I just said with the other race thing. They can be the best person, in Asian form or a different race, but that's not my preference. And in particular, just like you said, pointing to the fact that you said first impression is everything.
Right.
If you come out with tight pants, and that's my first impression of you.
Right.
I'm thinking you just walking around, with tighty whities and leggings every day. No, TJ, don't take it like that.
Hold
I'm just
on. Okay,
saying, like,
last comment.
that's my impression.
Look.
Of you.
Oh, let's hear from
Talking
Tara.
about
We haven't heard from
impressions,
Tara.
That's what it is.
Let's hear from Tara.
Oh, my fault.
Okay, so I didn't pop because Tiffany popped. It was the first guy. He came out. I was trying to give him a chance, and then after that, I realized if I'm just not feeling someone at first, I should just go ahead and just pop initially, right? So when I think TJ was the second guy, so that's why I popped for him, and I didn't want to take that chance away from anybody else with me holding on to my balloon till like the last round. But I do think I should have at least given him the opportunity to come out, say his name, where he was from, what he do for a living. Like I do wanted to publicly apologize to you. The next day we went to the museum and we talked about that, and I told you I don't think that was right. I think everybody should come out and at least have the opportunity to say your name or something. I don't know.
And I agree.
Okay,
with
last
Tara.
comment from Jay, and then we'll go ahead and move on from this.
I just got to point out the hypocrisy, right? Because when y'all got this going on, it's that's a preference. But when y'all talking about me, it's like,
Come on.
oh, we do this for us. We do this for women, right? But how come it's not that same sentiment when y'all talking about us? So just digest it. I don't even want y'all to answer that. Really think about that, because we get hit with this all the time, and we gotta eat that shit. And y'all always hit us with this height, all this stuff. We don't never get to say our preferences, and that's just it. But y'all always got some kind of hypocrisy and comeback for y'all preferences, but ours are always wrong. And I'm really getting tired of the double standards, man, because in real life it really don't be like that. But on this show, y'all really be playing like that. It's not cool.
Okay. All right. So kind of to stay on the topic of TJ for a bit. After all those pops, you did eventually end up leaving
No, I agree with that. Let's keep it going though.
with a match, which was Tiffany. And one of the main topics that came up with this match was her profession. So let's take a look at this quick clip.
Word. Okay. Do you like to dance?
Yes, I love to dance. I'm a dancer. I'm an
I've
exotic
dated
dancer.
a lot of dancers.
Really?
Yeah. Cause okay, how she slipped that in.
Word. Okay. Do you like to dance?
Yes, I love to dance. I'm a dancer.
Yes, I love to dance. I'm a dancer. And then she said exotic dancer. And so, yeah, I get it. He did not hear the exotic part.
I'm an exotic
I've dated
dancer.
a lot of dancers.
Really?
Yeah.
I dated a lot of dancers, but she said exotic. He didn't hear the word exotic, so that went over his head because he didn't hear it. And then he said he did a lot of dances, but the dances he was talking about wasn't strippers. See, that's what happened.
Okay, so you don't have no problem with that.
I think I'm good with a young lady right there.
Come on, Tiffany. Come on up.
For my part, my only person that asked me in my family about it, I think one of my cousins or somebody was like, "Hey, did you know she was a exotic dancer?"
And I was like, I didn't know actually. And we talked about it. Like we talked at the same time when she said it.
Yeah,
Like when
I
she said
figured.
dancer, I dated a lot of dancers. But then like when she said exotic dancer, I was like talking. If I would have heard that, I'm not gonna lie, maybe I would have popped. Maybe.
He thought she was ballet dancer.
Hey. All right, so let's start with Tiffany. So Tiffany.
Nah, nigga. I mean, when somebody say just dancer, I'm a dancer. Unless they say exotic or stripper, which most people don't say because a stripper is an exotic. They're interchangeable. They're the same thing. But if somebody told me, oh, I'm a dancer, if they don't say the word exotic or stripper, which most likely they'll say exotic dancer. My point is that I'm gonna think she's a actual choreographer, like, or somebody that actually does professional dancing. A cheerleader dance, a backup dancer, that kind of dance, not a goddamn stripper. So that's what I would think. But not all dancers are strippers, right? That's the misconception that people always have. Like when people say dancers, they automatically think strippers, which is his thought process. That's not my thought process. You got to be specific though. And she still has that stigma that she's trying to remove herself from, is not being known as a stripper. So
Tiffany, as we saw, he said maybe if he would have heard it, he would have popped. So how does your profession like affect your dating life?
Or a gel.
Quite a lot. That's why she's on the show. That's why she's on the show. She doesn't want to be attracting these type of niggas in the strip clubs and the dances that she be traveling to as a traveling dancer. She don't want them type of niggas. She was looking for somebody different, like TJ. That's not her typical type, which is why she went for him, which is why she changed her mind and got her balloon back. That's typically not her archetype. She wanted something different. And that's why on the catch up, which I didn't do a reaction to that. I watched it, but I react to it. But, on the catch up, she was showing more interest in him than he was showing more interest in her. He was not interested in her as much as she was in him. Right? Because she wants to try something different. She's not used to dating those type of guys. Right? But yeah, that's the reason why she's on the goddamn show,
A lot of misconceptions when it comes to exotic dancers. I use the term exotic dancer because I work in gentlemen's clubs. A lot of people don't know the difference between gentlemen's clubs and strip clubs. Strip clubs, you're fully nude. You're on your feet all the time. Gentlemen's clubs is mostly just topless and you're talking to men a lot. You're not really dancing.
Okay.
So it's just the nuances, like it's a lot of nuances to it. So I feel like people that I've tried to date in the past, they always have preconceived notions about me.
Okay. Strip club and a gentleman's club, an exotic dancer and a stripper are the same goddamn thing. They're interchangeable. All right? You're still goddamn dancing for money and having sex optional as an option afterwards if motherfuckers want to pay you enough money. So it's the same goddamn thing, man. I don't. I'll let her continue. Let's continue.
And you're not really going to know who I am unless you give me a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how would you say it's affected your past relationships, or even if you bring it up to someone you're just meeting?
I was in a long-term relationship. It was just I didn't get married, so I left.
Yeah, because you're a stripper. Like, nobody's gonna wife up a stripper. Nobody wifes strippers. Okay? I hate to say it, but you can't make a 304 into a housewife. That's why the guy didn't marry you. I think that's the same guy she had a child with, the baby daddy. The baby daddy did not see you as wifey material. And I hope he was I'm hoping he was a guy that was sticking around because he wanted to see you change your profession. And he didn't stick around long enough to do so. right? He said, you know what? I'll wife you, but you got to stop stripping. Like, I can't wife no stripper. Now, if you watch her catch up, she doesn't want to strip anymore. She wants to do some other things, right? So, yeah. The reason why the guy didn't marry you because you're a stripper. It's just that simple.
You know, I'm not getting any younger. I'm only
Right.
getting older. So it's just like, you know, if you're not getting something out of your situation, you should move on.
Okay. All right. So, TJ, you said it would have been a maybe pop. Why would it have been a maybe pop?
Because when I first heard her say dancer, I've dated burlesque dancing. I've dated people who done African dancing, Latin dancing, but we talked at the same time. So my stigma towards stripping was stripping. And then I didn't
Thank you.
understand
That's what
that
she
that's
is.
what she was doing. And so that's why I said maybe, but then, like I said, I got to know her, and I said, she's a very nice human being, you know, and that goes further than my stripper mindset. It goes more into like, who are you as a person? So I think she's a great person.
Okay.
So whether it's a lasting romantic relationship, I think me and Tiffany will be friends forever.
That's good to hear. Any thoughts from anyone on the floor? Cap. Oh, what's Cap?
Someone said Cap.
Yeah, Danny did.
I heard something too.
What's Cap? What's
Stand
Cap?
on business.
Would you not
What do you
date an
mean by
exotic
that?
dancer?
When she say dancer, I don't know. Maybe it's an Atlanta thing. Somebody say dancer. That's the first thing.
That's universal.
No, it's all the same.
Is dancing?
Honestly,
I mean,
yeah,
it's not nothing against. I'm talking about-
you're from Atlanta, so when you hear dancer, I know this girl. She worked in the club.
Yeah.
So that's probably what he's saying. Like,
Okay. Well, yeah, I can understand. He from Atlanta, so all Atlantans do knows is strippers. When they don't know anything outside of that, typically, but there's more to it than when someone says dancer, it doesn't mean they're a stripper. Right? So yeah, I understand his point of view because his point of view is from Atlanta. So and they pretty much the strip club capital. Honestly, it's like they got better known strip clubs than Vegas and Miami. So
when you heard dancer, you're thinking of something else. But he heard dancer since he's from like stripper culture, where he's
Right.
from. That's the first thing that comes to his mind.
Yeah, and I don't gotta prove nothing. The women I dated will tell y'all they weren't strippers; they was dancers.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
And let this be known, this is not the only thing I do. I have a podcast. I have multiple businesses. This is a stepping stone. I believe in investing in myself. So if no one is going to invest in me, I'm going to invest in myself.
And once again,
That's how I get my money
and
to
I said
invest
the
in
comments,
myself.
And I said in that episode, you shouldn't come at strippers just because they strip, man. Like, she don't want to do that the rest of her life. You can't do that the rest of your life. So like, her as a person, you probably should get to know beyond that. And so I was able to get to know that basically because I didn't hear it. So my stigma beyond that got expanded. And
I'm sorry, I had to quickly Google search strip club versus gentleman's club. Yeah, I can't see it, but I put it on my phone. A strip club and gentleman's club are essentially the same thing. They're the same goddamn thing. So, like, what was she talking about?
And I thank her for it. Now, like I said, whether it works romantically or not, it still was a judgment that I shouldn't have made because my balloons got popped with people not knowing me.
And it's crazy because the way that we met, I prejudged you and you didn't get the opportunity to prejudge me because you didn't hear that. And I should have been more delicate with the situation knowing how much I get prejudged. So yeah, that's why I got.
You know, she has but besides all the quirky, dumb shit she be saying, her accountability points are a 10. Like, she has a great sense of reflecting and making corrections on what she said or what she observed. That's a great quality. All she got to do is stop stripping, man, and she'll be a great wife, honestly. Yeah, I think so. Stop the goddamn stripping and get out of the strip culture, meaning like just completely detach yourself from stripping and the culture, meaning the people that you attract. Just attract completely opposite people from that culture. And she will make a great catch. Like her ability to come back and analyze the situation, observe what she had, would make observation and make corrections is phenomenal. I got to give her to that. So that's a great quality for her to have for sure.
My balloon bag.
Okay. All right, Tiff. Okay, so in this next segment, it's the ladies of episode 23. So as we all know, the internet, they criticize you guys, said all types of things. I'm
sorry, but she gained weight. I thought she was pregnant too. All that shit you was talking about, niggas' heights, and you need to find a nigga from Detroit that's based out of Phoenix, is dumb shit like that. You gained weight. I don't know what you've been doing, girl. But I see why you're still single, man. It is what it is.
Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the segments.
And I feel like I'm on like a TED Talk when I'm like listening to you.
And the teeth just were not for me. Not for me.
The teeth ain't teething.
You said classy. I feel like I'm classy, but when it comes to being Haitian doll, I'm more of a hype girl. I like to get people out, dance, and my lyrics are a bit like, so yeah.
Okay, so Jason, we'll go ahead and start with you.
I can tell you what. You know what? Let me just keep my goddamn comments. I don't want to mess with y'all because, everything I say, mostly I say just stream of consciousness. But I know how to censor myself too. Let's keep it moving.
So they came for your teeth, the way you talk. Like, how are you feeling going down that line and hearing all those things about yourself?
I mean, things I've never really heard that much before.
Okay.
But not really shocked by it because it's snap, thoughts. Mm-hmm. Also, too, like even some of my friends and family, like, bro, like, the way that you seemed on there is not how you really are. Cause like everybody who knows me know I'm like the latest person you meet. I'm always like, hype and whatever. But it's very different because when you're on there, you're trying to hear and articulate all that kind of stuff first time as well. So like even when Tara was talking, to her defense, it was like I was very just kind of drawn in, trying to listen and understand and stuff like that. The teeth thing, never heard that before, but I get it. People got their preferences.
Preference.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I didn't think anything of it. I'm not the kind of person that like, oh my gosh, my feelings kind of thing. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's crazy. But yeah.
Okay, and then so Tara, you said he sounded like a TED Talk or something like that.
Yeah, it just seemed like how he was. It was very business. That's how it sounded. Mm-hmm. And I'm just big on energy, so I was wanting to see more of like his personality, and so that's what I was presented with. So that's how I just assumed he was. And for me personally, I need someone like a bit more, like kind of goofy and like fun, and not someone that's just so like business all the time, because I have to be business all the time at work. So when I come home, I want to have fun. Like I want to, and then after he sat down and he was completely opposite, and I was like, dude, what was going on? And they were like, what, Jason, like boring? No, that's not him. And I just wish I could have seen that, so maybe we could have possibly matched or something, but that didn't happen. Still a great guy.
Okay, so if he would have showed more of like his goofy personality, is he someone that's your type, like physically?
Yeah, good question.
I know on the show I did say he was like physically, like he would have been someone I would have been interested in knowing just off of initial attraction.
Okay.
But then there's that extra energy part where I would have liked that as well for me to be able to match with him.
Okay. So now, Ish, you had mentioned his teeth. Are like teeth something like you like focus on pretty heavy? Is it something that's like deal breaker or not for you?
When we're talking about this setting, yes.
Okay.
Simply because, that's like the first thing for me that I look at someone smile,
Yeah.
because I'm a really cheeky person and I like a guy that makes me laugh, and I don't want to be drawn to that area in the wrong way. I'm choosing my words carefully because y'all tried to eat me alive.
You still gonna get eat up alive in the comment section, so just keep it moving.
But I'm being honest. It was just the attraction thing for me, and teeth are a big thing, and it just was not my vibe. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
It's
Well,
my
let's
story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, then let's take a look at another clip from episode 23.
You said like the man should take more of like the bills and stuff. If you would have been like both incomes and like we build together and like that kind of thing, then rather just saying like, yeah, the man should take care of majority of the bills.
Okay, so can you go into detail a little more as to what you
That
meant?
made no goddamn sense. Look at his reaction
we were all
too.
just a little bit confused.
His reaction is like, what?
It made sense in my head. I didn't articulate it well. Obviously, people came from my neck. I'm very much not dumb. It just didn't come out right, y'all. I really don't even like the 50-50 question in general. I feel like that's big on how y'all are aligned mindset-wise. I don't feel like either way is a problem as long as both parties agree. For me personally, I would just rather build with someone. And I put a lot into my career so far. So I would like to help out. Like, I know, especially in this economy, all bills and stuff on one person is a lot, whether you're a man or a woman.
Facts.
So if I'm thinking logically, he's gonna have to take care of me, him, and like I want 3 kids. So that's what, 5 cars, that's a house, a mortgage, that's college, that's like, I'm just being real.
That's a lot of cars.
She got a car, I got a car, 3 kids.
And all the kids, yeah.
Oh, they gotta get a car when they turn 16.
Like I have a lifestyle that I want to live. And so if I have to help out to like make both of our lives easier, I feel like there shouldn't be a problem with that. And the women came to my neck a lot.
That's a dub.
Okay. See, now that you had some time to be able to explain it, it makes
but
sense
they were
now.
like, oh, so you don't like, why you don't want your man to provide? I didn't say I didn't want him to provide. I said I want us to build together. And I feel like in this time, a lot of people just put a lot on like man should just be a provider, and they don't really have to do anything else like other than money. And for me personally, I make my own money, so you're gonna have to bring a little something more than just money for me.
Okay.
Personally. And there was nothing wrong with what Cliff said. We just had like, we kind of were saying the same thing. I think the
Yeah, that's
intention
what I-
behind them were kind of different. I just feel like he was more traditional in a sense, and I'm more, I wouldn't say a modern woman, but more of like a hybrid. So I
Okay.
just, there's nothing, like, no side is wrong. I just feel like it's a matter of preference.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that point. Well, first and foremost, I think everybody should do whatever they think and they like. So if you're a 50-50 person, if you're a 100% person,
goddamn
if you're
dog.
a none person, hey, there's people out there for everybody, you know? But, you know, my philosophy is kind of what you were articulating earlier, where it's like, I don't think it should be 50-50. I think it should be, you know, sometimes somebody's 30% and the woman needs to do 70%, you know, and sometimes the woman's feeling 20% and the guy should be 80%. I
It's a
think
partnership, yeah.
it should be an equal partnership, right? Because in this life, right, it takes 2 to tango. And if people,
Yeah, I've always said, guys, it's 100-100. I never liked the 50-50. It's 100-100. And it's not just financials, okay? 100% of you being a helpmate. I need you 100% of you taking care of the children, right? While I do my side, where I'm 100% taking care of the household, providing for the household, making sure y'all are secure, food, clothing, shelter, right? I'm doing 100% of that. Basically, making sure you have 100% effort on whatever you're trying to do that you agree on for the relationship to sustain and cultivate. That's what you should focus on. 100% effort in all aspects, right? Both couples can be 100% in financials. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what bill needs to be paid. You know, somebody can pay 100% of the rent or the mortgage. Somebody can pay 100% of the utility bills. You know what I'm saying? It's 100 in all aspects. That's my philosophy, right?
People are so obsessed over 50-50, who brings what to the table. Like, at the end, it's BS. Like, can you grow with your partner? Can you guys, balance each other out?
Right. Y'all have to be aligned. It doesn't matter what you believe. As long as you find someone that can counteract that and is aligned with you, that's all that matters.
Correct. Exactly.
So Cliff, in that moment when she had popped her balloon, did you understand why?
I applied to over 200 tech jobs and got rejected from every single one of them. And then
I was a little confused about it, but now that she explained it, everything, I feel a little bit, I understand a little bit more what she was talking about. So, I get it now.
Okay.
But, in that sense, I feel like the whole 50-50 thing, it could be, different views on it. So, I feel like a woman, what she brings to the table is great as well. So I wasn't knocking that. Like, I would love for a woman to, work and do everything too, but I'm just that type of person that I'm going to do stuff as well too, just because where I came from and the background that I live. So I would like to motivate my woman as well to do, whatever job, whatever career path she want to do, or whatever she want to do in the house or outside of the house. So that was just me, just far as like the whole 50-50 thing. Like, I bring a lot to the table too, and I wouldn't mind a woman bringing it as well, match my hustle as well. So.
All right, so this next clip includes you again, Cliff, but this time with Ish. Let's take a look.
Where are you currently? Like, where do you live?
I'm currently in Las Vegas.
Okay. So long distance is a no for you. Where are you?
I'm in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Detroit? Okay.
Okay, so Ish, we talked a bit about this on BM Talks to Them.
And I will reiterate it.
Yes, ma'am. So when you had applied onto the show, did you not realize that it was like a long distance thing and people come from all over the U.S. to come
Make it make sense
on the show?
I was aware of that.
Okay.
And I'll say it like I said.
And you said on the reunion on the catch up. You deflected and blamed Arlette and BM for trying to say, oh, well, the show should have been centered around Detroit. You should have found more matches from Detroit, not all over the goddamn United States. So let's see if she doubled down on that, which I'm pretty sure she will, but let's see.
On the show before, it was never something that I was completely just disregarding. However, the distance was a bit too far. I live all the way in the Midwest. He lives all the way on the West Coast. If it was somebody that had been closer to me, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, somewhere in my proximity, because those are still parts of the United States. Am I right? Or am I? All right. So it was the proximity, too far. I can take a 4-hour drive to Ohio. I can take a 30-minute flight to India, depending on where you are. It was the distance with which he was. Las Vegas, Nevada is just it was too far for me. I wasn't willing to do something that long distance.
I agree.
Yeah, you would not just, you would do long distance for who you're attracted to. The nigga from Philly, nobody talk about him. That dude who matched with the other girl that's from Philly, the Philly, I hate to say it, but the Philly street guy, all right, just being right, polite. Everybody didn't pop on him. All of the girls found him attractive. Okay. And had the Philly guy chose you. Actually, you popped on the Philly guy because the Philly guy was attracted to the chocolate girl. That was his archetype. He liked chocolate women. But if the Philly guy had you as his type, you would have no problem driving to Philly, taking a bus to Philly, right? Taking a helicopter to Philly, taking a subway to Philly. You would have no problem going see the Philly guy because you found him attractive. No problem. So again, it's about attraction. I wish these people would stop capping, bro. Like real talk.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
you
like,
know.
and that's all it was.
Coming on the show, you're gonna get a mixture of individuals from all over the state. So what I can say is like, hey, you may be banking on somebody that's closer, right? Like you said, Ohio or Illinois or whatever. You know, coming from West Coast to Midwest is like a 5-hour flight.
It's a huge
6-hour
jump.
flight.
So
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
You know, unless you know you guys are gonna get hitched the next day, you know, it's a big commitment for a little bit of value, in my opinion.
I was
Thank
like
you.
closed off, like, because I was on multiple episodes. So the first episode I was on, I was closed off to the opportunity of, you know, connecting with somebody that wasn't in the same proximity as me or close. So I didn't really like match with anybody because I kept popping on anybody who didn't live close enough to me. But then the second time I came around the show, I was open-minded to the possibility of matching with somebody that was further away. But I understand where she's coming from.
So what?
It just depends on how actively you're looking.
Yeah,
Like, you know, if you're
I feel
really,
the same way.
if you're like, oh, I'll wait on it, or if you're like, oh, I want something now, you know, you will compromise your you know, your distance.
I got something.
Definitely.
The only thing I have to say about that is I agree with what it said about the, you know, Detroit. I feel where she's coming from on that. But the one thing that I did say when I introduced myself was where I was from. I was a project manager based in Las Vegas, so I wanted to make that clear to the ladies where I was from out the gate, because if it was a distance issue, then I would like for them to pop. So
right away, yeah.
I didn't want to waste nobody's time. If I'm being from Las Vegas, that was going to be an issue. So that's why I made it clear that I was a project manager from Las Vegas. So that's why I wanted the ladies to know where I was from, because if it was she from Detroit or, you know, New York or something like that, if that was going to be the reason, then we could have got that out the way instead of me coming to the end and feeling like, you know, I had that connection and I had that connection with that woman, and, you know, it didn't go that way. So it would have saved us both a lot of time. You know, if I would have she would have popped out the gate and, you know, we wouldn't made it to the end to, you know, hear that. So that's my only thing. But I don't have no, you know, hard feelings or nothing about it. You know, she made her decision and she did what she felt was best for her. And that was being from Detroit, the distance was an issue. So I didn't have no problem with it.
Okay. I feel it, and I understand what you were saying, but I missed that. I think I asked that again because I missed that.
So to be devil's
So,
advocate, exactly what you were saying as well is like, you know, as we were on the stage as well, sometimes you don't really
It was
fully
very
catch
low.
everything, just like what you
So
said as
I
well.
definitely missed that.
Right. Right. You kind of forget everything that they say. You kind of fixated or focused on, you know, either the person that you're looking at, right? You're sizing them up and down, so you're not really fully present in what they're saying, or, you know, you're fixated on one specific, you know, thing that they said, and, you know, your mind's thinking about that instead of other questions. So I can see where you could have missed that and then wanted to, you know, hear that again.
And that's why
I agree.
asked again.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, you know, being on this show kind of opened my mind up to long distance. Like I hit the bug, like on my way back to Atlanta. I was like, maybe I could have matched with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because at first I didn't really get it that, yeah, we meet somebody that's across the country. But, you know, connection is spiritual, and spiritual knows no time and knows no distance. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, on the way back home to Atlanta, it kind of opened me up. Just like, you know what? I don't care where she at. If obviously we need some help, you know.
And you got to remember, the show is based off of, or the foundation of the show, Arlette and BM, they originally got together. They started their relationship long distance. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, they were dating for 2 years long distance before, you know, they got serious and tied it out and all that stuff. But they started off long distance first. And BM was in the UK. Arlette was in the States. Okay. So if they can make it work and get married and be a powerful couple, anybody can do it, especially Black love. That's what they're trying to promote. That's why everybody comes all over the country, you know, to be on the show.
So be on the show. So, you know, if I'm more open to entertaining communication wise with distance.
BM is coming in.
I also want to say, right, if you're willing to come to Phoenix to be on the show, that's because you want to be on the show. That means you can travel to go and meet the person that you're trying to build with.
Well, that's a one-time trip versus you trying to build a relationship with somebody and then wanting.
This girl, god damn, completely sautéed and fricasseed. Just keep your goddamn mouth shut. Do you see how confrontational she is? Like, Bien was trying to set a precedent. Like, okay, you come on this show, you fly to Phoenix. That means you're up and you're basically obligated to be long distance initially in a relationship. But eventually you guys are going to be in the same vicinity, right? Once once the relationship cultivates and, progresses and things of that nature. That's what he's trying to say. Oh, it's a one-time thing. Damn, just a party pooper, bro. Party pooper.
And you to come out every month or every other week. You know what I'm saying?
But you want to be on the show. If you want to go and see that person,
that's
you
true.
can travel.
Can I chime in on that? Because that's exactly what I was going to say. At the end of the day, God, if you really like somebody and you feel that chemistry, ladies,
catch that flight.
Ladies, yes, fellas.
So there's a saying where it says,
I don't think she's
sorry,
finished.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You'll buy that watch. You'll travel to me.
But what I was trying to say is that at the end of the day, if you really, really like someone and you're super interested.
I like her demeanor. I mean, her demeanor, I like it a lot. Very elegant, very classy, very feminine. Somebody got to scoop this girl up, man. Scoop this girl up. Her and the stripper. All she got to do is stop stripping. Like all the girls on the show, as far as most suitable, right now, to date, I would say these two for sure. Her and her. Everybody else, completely sautéed and fricasseed. All the other girls are just not desirable at all. Just these two right here. That's it.
Now, there can be other determining factors like children, whatever the situation might be that may not cause you to move. Y'all will find that job. Y'all gonna find that remote job. When you really like somebody, you gonna do what it does. Love conquers all.
That's
very
true.
And like he said, we came here knowing that there's the possibility that someone is not gonna be from our town, So you have to come on this show open-minded. You have to come on this show understanding. But I get what you're saying too, because me too, I was kind of hoping I could meet someone that's a little closer to me, a little.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I like you, what's up? And if you like me, what's up?
You gonna make it happen. You gonna make it happen.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because that's why a lot of us are still single.
You're basing that off of a strong feeling. You can't get that feeling off of a couple questions with somebody.
Can I say
I just
something?
didn't have that feeling.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
What is she talking about, bruh? You're basing this off a strong feeling. You match on the show to eventually cultivate a relationship. What is she talking about, bruh? You have to build chemistry. In some instances, they could be instant chemistry. But guess what? There was instant physical attraction from that Philly guy. Nobody's bringing him up besides me. I don't know any other reactor that reacts to this video. There was instant physical chemistry with the guy from Philly. Nobody popped on him. Okay? So again, if the Philly guy chose her, she would not have this conversation. It will be about whether or not they're compatible or not. That's it.
Love doesn't stay in one place. Come on, man. Love is not in one area. If you're struggling to find the love of your life, maybe you need to look somewhere else. Me and Arlette, we wasn't even in the same country.
I told y'all.
So just to kind of let you guys know that long distance shouldn't be something that is blocking you from finding somebody, because I'm telling you right now, if you're struggling, maybe you need to look somewhere else.
Long distance can actually make your relationship a lot stronger.
It's a temporary.
Trust
and it's temporary. One person can move. I understand it can be hard, but if you find that person that is the one that you want from somewhere else, you're not going to get that person where you are. Maybe you need to, find a way to make it work.
Right.
And that's what the show is about. I'm out.
Hey, preach, man.
I thought something was wrong with my mic.
BM talks to them.
Yep.
BM talks.
BM talks.
Yeah.
That's
All
what's
right.
up.
So, Rob, you got a couple of bald comments, and they also mentioned how you talk and things like that. Let's take a look at your segment.
Bald is not really my thing. I think
I can't even control it.
I know. And I don't mean to say it like that. It's just I feel like maybe if we were 40s and like you were bald, then it would be like different. But we're like really young.
I know.
So yeah, that's it.
Please bring up the Philly guy, guys. Somebody got to bring him up because the Philly guy was bald. Oh, actually, I think she mentioned that already. She said on the catch up, or was it she had said her stupid excuse was, oh, the Philly guy had hair. He had a stubble. Same shit. He had a goddamn stubble, but she didn't. All right, let's just go.
And then
Let's just go.
I don't want to be mean, but I just don't really like how you talk.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hi, my name is Kamina and I'm 27, and it's just about the hair thing.
The flow.
All right. So, Kamina, you said it's just about the hair thing. You don't like bald either?
No, not really. I grew up all my life with my stepdad being bald, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Family trauma, girl.
I don't have a lot of family trauma. It's
She
just
do.
that, I like a particular look for me as well, too.
You
Just
grew up with niggas in a match looks like somebody in your family. A match looks like somebody's baby daddy, cousin. It reminds me of my stepdad. That is trauma. That is trauma. Everything that you said was related to family, girl. You need therapy. It's just that simple. Great observation. Again, look at the catches are the ones that can reflect and basically look within themselves to see how they observe anything, or just great observation. Both of these women are great observers, right? Great observers. And that's why they're the most desirable women on this panel. Everybody else is completely sauteed and frickin' simple shit.
it's like everybody has their type. And it's just, for me, bald is just not for me. And I've seen that too many times growing up with myself. I just prefer hair. But, once I be an old woman, I probably...
Growing up, again, that is trauma. She's in denial. Doesn't want to face that. And that's what it is, man. This is a woman that just needs lots of work. The lace front is terrible. If she would go natural, she'll have much better results like this lady here. Get rid of the goddamn lace front and them stupid ass long nails. But your answers are completely trash. Yeah, just you have a lot of work to do. A lot.
Probably wouldn't care, but out of me right now, as a young lady, I want a man with hair on his head.
That's all I was saying.
That's it.
Okay. Bald just mean a lot of testosterone ladies. They got that,
I don't care what it means. I like a man with hair.
All right, so Ish, you kind of mentioned how he talks was one of the reasons you popped. How does he talk? What was it?
He's a little bit too soft-spoken for me. With the woman that I know that I am, maybe more assertion.
Okay.
Basically, you like aggressive niggas just because you're aggressive and masculine. Exactly.
And that shows a lot, about a person, the way they speak. The way they speak. So the really soft spokenness, it just didn't it didn't tickle my fancy. So,
Rob, have you ever gotten that before about you're too soft spoken for me?
Actually, no, I have not. I get very smoothing. Right?
You made that word.
You made that up.
I've never had is so soft. I've been like, hey, you calm down my temperament, and especially after a long day of working or going out there in the world, like I've said before on the catch up, there's a time and place for everything. If I gotta raise my voice and assert dominance, I'll do that. Like, it's no problem. But for me
I like the way you talk. I'm not gonna lie. You speak very well. You articulate yourself very well. You sound very well educated. Personally, I just don't like the hood scrimp fold like 5, 6, 7, Kodak black. You speak like a man who has an education. You speak like a man.
Exactly. Now that impersonation, that's Florida. That's what these goddamn derelict ass decrepit mofos sound like out here. Okay? That's what they sound like. Uncivilized, man. Uncivilized. Well, let's keep it going. Great observation once again.
And with wisdom and knowledge, so I beg to differ.
It's a match.
It's a match.
Yeah, your match was the Philly nigga. Guess what happened? He chose somebody else.
I like the way I like the way he talks. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, I got him that. And then in terms of the bald comment,
Right.
you know what they say? The most successful people in the world are bald. Just let you know.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. Well, it's because of stress.
So yours is because of stress.
I used to have a big old bunch of hair, man.
This is stress. And too much stress made all the hair go.
He's being funny.
Hey, every day I woke up, there was another hair follicle on my pillow.
Rob by.
But I love being bald. I wouldn't change it for the world, So shout out to all my bald brothers out there.
And I just can I
Shout out to the bald men.
Can I set the record straight?
Show the ball.
Can I set the record straight? Because a lot of people have something to say about the fact that I waited to pop Maul's balloon and he was bald too. Now listen, I'm not saying that every bald person on the face of this earth I'm not, interested in or I'm not attracted to. It's just that for me, that is a really big thing. And in that situation, like, I didn't like it with you. No offense, you're handsome, everything, like I said before. But I don't think that because that's not my preference, like, I can't have exceptions to that. I feel like everybody has exceptions to that. Like, if you are a guy that's like, I love light-skinned women, that doesn't mean that you would never be attracted to a brown-skinned or a dark-skinned woman, right? Okay. So the fact that I said that I feel like I got chewed up online about that, like, well, you can't blah, 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 blah. And I'll explain it like I explained it before. Like he said, his hair follicles
She's going to say stubble.
was leaving him. Jamal's hair follicles was not leaving him. He was just bald. He was shaved really low.
Who's Jamal?
Maul.
He ended up
Maul.
Okay.
No, he's not a true bald.
So yeah, he's not a true bald. He just shaves his hair.
Yeah, we don't associate
See
true
what I'm
bald
saying?
people.
You're a true bald.
You don't understand the pain, man.
Right.
Rob said, "Stop attacking me." All right. Anyway,
Wait,
so
I have one more thing to say.
Oh, go ahead.
And about the whole bald thing, because I know a lot of people are gonna get on me. Oh, you're gonna let the bald thing get in the way. It's just kind of like, I think it's like people just pick what to be mad at, because I got popped on.
Yeah.
Because my hair was no, not because my hair. A girl got popped on because her hair was too long. I got popped on because I had too much makeup or glitter. It's kind of like, okay, so why do people nitpick on what they want to call people out for? But I'm gonna get ate up because I said I don't like him because he's bald.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't everybody roll up and the other guy said he didn't like me because of my makeup? Or because, okay, so Maul popped on a girl because she had glitter on her chest. I popped because I have glitter on my chest. It's kind of like we kind of pop for the same thing. So it's just like people like what they like regardless of what the next person think. If you like how he speaks, you like how he speaks, but she don't like how he speaks. We're just all different in a way. I just don't like bald guys, and I feel like I shouldn't be getting attacked because what do you guys want me to do? Oh, you're bald. Okay, I'm gonna just be with you just to make the comments happy. I'm not. It's my life. I just don't like bald guys. Either you take it or you leave it.
It's a preference.
I was gonna say that earlier.
It's just a preference,
Love it. Come on.
You talk about the hypocrisy and the double standard, right? That's what we're talking about.
Okay, let's move on to our next clip. So our next clip actually does involve Kamina, aka Haitian Doll.
Hi, my name is Kamina. I'm 27, and I popped my balloon. You're not ugly. It is the haircut for sure because. Long story. Somebody that I dealt with had that same haircut. It's just PTSD, low key.
Everything is related to family or who she dated. It's like, I'm a pop because look like my ex. I pop because look like my baby daddy. I pop because he bald like my father. Like,
okay, wait. One of them haircuts. Yeah. but I healed from that moment. I'm able to say right then and there, this is what gives me trauma. And I do not want to wake up to a man every day.
They got the receipts for everything, girl. They got the receipts. Why you acting surprised? Your goddamn hair hats are terrible. Why can't you just go natural? Like this hair hat here is terrible too. And then the other one you had with the stupid, what do you call that thing? The flap in the front, the Donald Duck flap. All your hair hats suck and your lace fronts are garbage. Can you just go natural? Like, come on, bro. I know you got DMs. Well, actually, that's not going to help because these guys, they just like your thirst trapping pictures. So they're not going to tell you otherwise. Because most of these guys are going to be like, oh, you look good. I beg to differ. Like, you look good, but you could do better. Change your goddamn hair hat. How about that?
To see that haircut, and it's just going to bring back memories of what happened to me. So
Her family.
So Kamina,
I was so serious. I was upset, y'all.
So Kamina, yeah, as we just saw on Pop the Balloon, you were like, oh, PTSD, low key, and it was like kind of like a. It didn't seem as serious, but then when we spoke about it on BM Talks to them, it was like a different tone that you had towards the situation. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, and I want to apologize for even coming on the podcast like that, Arlette. It was just, it's different when you're saying it to somebody on the show, like, okay, PTSD, whatever the case is, because it is true. The story is true. And people might think it's crazy, because there's times when I see a guy with that haircut, I'm like, oh, it reminds me of that person, and whatever the case is. So, the comment was very honest and true, but it's just kind of like it's different when you're watching it on the podcast and you're seeing people actually laugh about it. And you're not there to kind of defend or talk about it. It's just being talked and you're not there. And it's just being kind of like, from what I take it as being made of a joke. So that's where it kind of came from. I'm like, okay, so I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, it's being talked about, well, I'm not there. And it just seems like it's being more of a joke, but it's more different if I'm there to say it myself on the show. I don't know, I can't really explain what I'm trying to really say, but it was just a little bit hurtful because I did talk to Kendall outside of the show and I did tell him, I told him about the haircut thing because he asked, why'd you pop on me? And I'm like, I wasn't lying. I did have somebody that I messed with always had that same haircut every time I see it. It reminds me of him and it does bring back some type of PTSD for me.
You have trauma. This is the most traumatized girl on the goddamn show. Like, you need therapy. You're not ready to date, man. You're not ready to date. You need to get past these, these people that remind you of family members and exes and, all of this stuff. Yeah, the majority of the reasons why she popped on someone is because they looked like a relative, right? Or reminded her of someone she dated. It's you need therapy. You're not ready to date a Haitian doll. You're just not. Like, you're not.
Just 5 more.
Dude. Just get therapy, man. Hope you get past the trauma, but you got a lot of trauma issues, man. And the sad part is that you think you're fine. You think you're fine and you're not fine. In the aspect of you having issues, not seeing that you have issues with your trauma that you had dealt with. So you good luck, man.
Whole relationship was just very terrible. So yeah, and the fact that, I think that's what also made me mad. The fact that I told him that and I saw him on the show just laughing about that too. It just kind of made me just kind of mad at him and just, I shouldn't have been mad about everybody else because like you said, everybody didn't know it was kind of like, a joke, but Kendall kind of knew exactly what it was. And for him to do that, and it just made me kind of like be upset. So that's what that was about.
Quick question. Because I noticed with yours, right? Mm-hmm. You said a lot of comparisons with your family. Mm-hmm. What's that about? Like, you compared every male to your family.
Not my family. First of all, my cousins, baby daddy. The only one that I...
You see how stupid she sounds? Not my cousin, baby daddy. It's someone that you know. And he said your friends or your family. See, this is a person that doesn't... is completely unself-aware. Just completely unself-aware. Let's rewind it back a little bit, bro.
You said a lot of comparisons with your family. Mm-hmm. What's that about? Like, you compared every male to your family.
Not my family. First of all, my cousins, baby daddy. The only one that I compared, with my family was him. And I would even say the guy's really family. He's my mom's best friend. His name is Jonas, and he looks just like him. And, you know, us Haitian has that, you know, exotic look. And I'm going to just bring that out. Shout out to my Zoe. Haitians are very beautiful. I mean, look at me, look at her, and look at him. Even though you're not Haitian, you look at very beautiful people. I love my people. But, you know, it's just kind of like when you grow up with certain people that, I don't know, it's just he looks a lot like Jonas. But I don't know, maybe I know a lot of people. A lot of people know who I'm probably around a lot of people, so yeah, a lot of people do look like other people. Not trying to, you know, make it seem like, oh, you look like this person. It's just what it is for me.
Can I say something to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I love you. As my Haitian sister.
Yeah, go ahead.
You gotta let that go.
Let what go?
For holding on to other people, because at the end of the day, somebody's gonna always kind of look like somebody. Like you just said, you know, a lot of people. So you're gonna be able to find something in everybody that reminds you of somebody. But don't let that hold you from your body.
I mean, I'm looking
your
at
person.
a lot of people.
Message. Somebody scoop this girl up, bro. Wifey qualities, can observe and make astute observations. You know, she's on one. And watch her just completely go over her head. There's nothing wrong with me, girl. I'm fine. Listen, I don't care about my family like that. It's just that he looked like my family. Like, just watch her say some stupid shit, bro. Just watch.
Right now, they don't remind me of a lot of people.
I think I get what Kamina's saying, because we had a conversation off screen.
She's
like,
hilarious.
My brothers are handsome. Like, I have a handsome family. But I would never date a guy that looked like my brother because you remind me of my brother. Like, I'm going to think about my brother when I see you. So the fact that they remind her of somebody that familiar to her, I think that's where she's coming from. And I wouldn't dabble in that either. Like, even if I did think they were attractive, because it's like, you're going to remind me of my brother. Like, oh, you look like my brother. Get away from me. Like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to cuddle you. Like, that's just the energy that I have because you resemble somebody that's on that level with me. And I think that's what it is. Not saying that she's comparing everybody to people she likes or just trying to find a reason to not like somebody. Like, if it's not there, it's just not there.
Yeah.
So I get you, sister.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's like a lot of people in this room right now, and I don't really think anybody besides you two look like somebody.
I mean,
you know, I'm just saying, it's just what it is. Just being honest.
Got it. And then now the word group chat was thrown around so many times. So let's take a look at this short clip.
Yeah, so going to the podcast you guys did with the boys, I was pretty shocked because we've been in this group chat, I believe, for 2 weeks, maybe, I don't know, and we were thinking everything's cool, everything's okay, and to just see the stuff they said about us.
Them eyebrows is completely sauteed and fricasseed.
That they knew completely was not true about us. They know us from a different level of just the show that we filmed.
You perceive people in a certain way, especially with how they present themselves on camera and getting to know the guys behind the scene. You know, thought I built really good friendships with them, but you know, seeing the podcast and how it played out, it was giving very much Black women aren't protected, and I didn't necessarily agree with that. I'm sure, you know, they lead overall good lives. I just didn't like the way that they, like Carrington said, doubled down on how we were, you know, these terrible Black women, and getting to know them and hearing the positive things that they were saying about us, and then to go out on the internet and completely flip the script. It was like absolutely mind-blowing. It was like blindly raging to see that they did us like that.
Okay, so this group chat, was it everyone from the episode in one group chat together? Is that what this was? Or?
Let me just say,
mostly everyone.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Let me just say, as soon as I left that building, I said, don't add me to no dang group chats.
Oh,
I've been through this before. I was on a previous episode, so I know how messy it can get. So I said, don't add me to the group chat. I don't want to be no part.
The group chat.
I told y'all, man. I'm starting to really kind of like find, you know, great qualities about the stripper now. You know, she and as well as her, they're the best two catches on this particular episode right here. Best two females.
Mike,
great observation.
The group chat started as guys. All right, it was.
You started as the guys?
I started it as guys.
Okay.
When me, Tiffany, Maul, and his date, we matched first on the show. We left. I don't know who added everybody, but when we left, everybody was in the group chat.
Besides me.
And then it became a communion, it became a family union. And then once the community of people who saw the show came into it, we fell apart. Like, people just broke us apart. That's just what happened.
Well, I mean, it sounds like y'all said things though. So what is it? Because how did community change?
Okay, let's hear from, I think, Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
So the way the group chat got started, where all of us got into it, was because the night that we had the show, we decided to all go out.
Okay.
Would you like to have healthier gums?
Interesting.
So to find where everybody was going to go, we created the group chat, right? So that's how that happened. Kind of to what DJ was saying, there was some skerfuffles and things that started to happen as the show got released, as there was difference of opinions, there was responses of like the comments being sent, all that kind of stuff. I guess from my perspective, like some of the ladies were saying on there, I was confused on the part of like not protecting black women or what that meant. From our episode, none of us said anything derogatory, rude, crass, or anything like that to any of the women, especially them as black women. We told our experience on the show. We responded to some of the things that were said about us, but none of us were coming at black women, coming at them at all, or anything like that. And so that was super confusing to us as guys. Even people in the comments were like, what are they talking about? There's nobody coming for them as, black women or whatever. And then too, even if that was the case, it was weird to me because it was like, well, on the show, if you're saying coming at black women, what do you call it when you're telling a black man that his teeth are, horrible in front of, millions of people? What is that? Is that protecting black men? And so all of that was like super confusing to me.
So just to touch on what I
Oh boy, here she come. Here she come. Always got a retort, always combative. Here we go.
said, the protect black women thing was not that you guys were attacking us, is that you knew who we were as women behind the scenes, and you seen what the internet said about us, and you guys had the opportunity, the platform, the time, the space to be like, hey, you guys should stop talking about these women in that way.
Oh, here we go. So it's their job to police the comment section on their reactions to the buffoonery that comes out of your mouth. It's their job to be like, hey, that's not true. She should have a preference on bald guys, right? She should have a preference on finding a guy in Detroit, even though she flew out to Phoenix to find love, right? So you want, man, oh man, this is amazing.
We've met them on this level and they're this way and they're like, you had the platform to clear that up and you didn't do anything.
The platform, who got the place? First of all, it's not there. It's BM and Arlette's platform. That's number one. So pretty much you're actually, again, you are dissing the hosts on the show, low key or indirectly. That's what you're doing. This is crazy work, bro.
You're saying like us comment to people, like to comment on the comments, or what are you specifically saying we should have done?
You had the, like I said, you had the opportunity to speak up for us in a positive light. Like, let's not act like we're not on these platforms and we have a certain level of power. Mm-hmm. Like, there were episodes where, the women said something about, whatever, and then you had the guys clap back in a negative way or be sassy or whatever. And, there wasn't really much scrutiny toward, I'm not going to say there wasn't any scrutiny toward the women, because I'm sure anybody and everybody has something to say. But we got it the worst, I think, because we were being honest. We were being asked to be specific about these things. And because you guys, portrayed yourselves, in a way where it's like, okay, you were nice, laid back. You were kind of like, in a way, the internet seen it as you guys were taking the jabs and you guys were just these upstanding men and we were just these terrible women. That's literally how they were portraying us in the comments.
Okay. You're trying to paint yourself as a victim, right? You're not the victim. You're the victimizer. You are the victimizer, not the victim. So you're expecting, quote unquote, the black men to protect you as a victimizer. Everything that you said was resorted into the reactions in the comment section is based off what you said. You know, it's you said something, people react. It's not an action, it's a reaction. So it's not like people are making these preconceived notions about you without them hearing a word you said. You said a lot. The things that you said, the majority of people disagreed with. That's the difference. The majority of people disagree with what you said. So her logic is just completely asinine. It's a fallacy. And the fact that you got a bunch of men on the show to say y'all should have protected us when what you said had nothing to do with them, because when you said what you had to say about your preferences, about 6 feet tall is this and bald is this and whatever you said, it had nothing to do with protecting black men. But then what you said, and based off the reactions, all of a sudden now you want to say, I'm the victim, even though you're the victimizer. The black men on the show should have protected us. Come on, man. Stop the cap, bro. Terrible.
So because you guys knew that, we talked about that every single day in the chat after reading those comments, and you knew these things, you could have went on that platform and be like, hey, we got to know these women. They're nothing like what the comments are saying. And that's what I mean by protect. You didn't have to not attack us. You could have used that platform, that space to give a positive light to what we were going through.
I feel like
you did not do that.
I feel like everybody is just now meeting each other. Honestly, I feel what you're saying, but I feel like it's nobody's job to take up for you. I matched with TJ, and so many people call me gold diggers because he's a children's book author and I'm a dancer. I didn't ask him to cape up for me.
Yeah, I don't think
everybody, we're all grown here. We're big women, we're big men.
Yeah,
stand up for yourself.
I don't think that's fair.
I think that goes to the men on the show too. If they were holding themselves in a respectful way on the show, like I feel like that was good enough to not bounce back at you.
Because just like we could have gone on that show and clapped back and been an asshole,
crashed out,
right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair for you to expect us to do something, because we're all busy men. We all have things that we're doing, day in, day out. I mean,
what did that have to do with the podcast? We're not asking you to defend us every day online or anything like that. And I'm not even asking you to go online and just be like, just defend us. But the responses that I got from the podcast, like furthering that, it just further proved that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, these were these good men and they just happened to get trapped with these bad women. Not saying y'all had any responsibility to do that, but you didn't. Like it didn't give like.
Not saying that you had any responsibility for doing that, but you didn't. That's a conundrum. That is a complete conundrum, which makes absolutely no sense because you're double talking. Oh, here we go.
It didn't give the men that I met in that chat. I thought we were like genuinely like, I don't know. It gave genuine at first. I felt like you guys were like just good in that way. But when you guys went on a podcast, it was not, it didn't give what the guys.
So what did you want us to do?
Danny wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Defend y'all. That's what she wanted you to do. Defend y'all as a victimizer. As a victimizer.
Well, I had a similar experience with the first lady, Sandra, when they kept calling her a gold digger. I didn't look at her like that, but it's almost impossible to save.
Yeah, you can't control the narrative.
Yeah, it's like a unflood. It's like when it dropped, and a guy dodges gold digger. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, I reached out to her. I was like, I'm sorry that they thought that. Like, you just. Every time I said something, she's not a gold digger. Never thought that. It's just like, it just goes and it's like throwing a pebble into the ocean.
Why?
You know what I'm
care?
saying? Like, it's just almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? To defend
why
anybody.
care what other people think? If you knew and we knew that you were great people, that's all it should have been. it doesn't matter what other people think. You can't change their opinions.
And I was just going to say that it's your job to be secure and confident within yourself, you know? And this is not to like, you know, but I'm not saying that you're not. But at the end of the day, like, it's our job to be secure in ourselves that no matter what anybody says, we know who we are. So I could care less what anybody has to say because I know who I am. So I wouldn't need you to defend me. I wouldn't need to defend myself to all the comments out there.
Right.
I know who I am.
And you stand on
Period.
what you
Like,
say.
Okay, so
Mina first.
hold on. I have just something to say about that, where she's coming from. First off, everybody has their opinion about the situation, but being in the situation is different from what you guys think. To have somebody sit here and smile in my face every day, make plans of we should do this, we should go here, we should blah blah, thinking everything's just so cool, and then you go on the podcast, the energy's so different. You don't have to defend me. I don't care. I don't care for the comments. I've been in the limelight. I've been viral for other things too. I get bad comments and good comments. I don't care. It's just that I don't like people in my face smiling, acting like they're my friends, acting like we're good, and then you go on something else. And then there's way more stuff even happening in that chat prior to that too. It's not just, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that, but it's just seeing that kind of made me look at y'all different. And
okay, who is she talking about? She basically saying that somebody went on a podcast and was talking bad about y'all. Who? Name some names to be specific, man. Come on.
Right. The fact that, I saw that, okay, so they switched up. They went on the podcast, said what they said. And after we've been making plans, doing whatever you want to say, that just tells me I'm not going to no longer talk to you. I left the chat and I saw what it was. And that's just what it is.
So hold on, guys. Hold on. I know this is a juicy topic. So what's one thing bad that they said about you guys when they were on the podcast?
Right.
One thing that I heard was how we embarrassed African American men, or as an African American men, we're putting you guys down.
Everybody looking confused. Look at the men. Like, what? What is she talking about?
We went on camera and broke down black men.
And there's another one saying
is that what they said on the podcast?
Yes.
Or what viewers were saying?
That's what they said on the podcast.
Huh.
The men on the show?
I don't remember saying
We didn't say that.
Who said it?
I did not say that. And
I'm sure we can find a clip.
Okay, let's hear from TJ. Go ahead, TJ.
All right, so I wasn't on the podcast, so I have no fight in this. All right. Me and Maul had matches, so it was for the unmatched people.
Correct.
So when I look back at the episode, they will tell you I left the group chat because I didn't watch
TJ Mike.
They will tell you I left the group chat because I was like, why did y'all upset them? Was that true? I remember I left the group chat. Like, I was like, you guys upset them, I'm leaving. It was because they said that you guys were talking about them in a bad way. I went back and watched the episode. It was a couple statements in there that was probably offensive.
Okay.
But
do you remember?
Like what? It was the white women comment.
White women.
What white
in
women?
the podcast?
It was that's the only thing I remember. And it was the doubling back. That some of them doubled back.
I don't want to say anything about white women.
I feel like we just
Those niggas gotta watch the show again. Cause I don't remember that. And I reacted to that too, I believe. Did I react to that? So many freaking episodes I reacted to. But I watched it. My point is I watched it. And I don't remember them talking about white women or doubling back or whatever the hell he talking about. So I'm confused myself.
Just answer the questions that was brought to us. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was those two comments that I heard. That was it. So it was they doubled back on some certain women. I mean, if you let me finish, I'll say it.
Okay. Go ahead, TJ.
So it was somebody said in the podcast that y'all was doubling back and that they didn't mean to pop their balloon.
Are you talking about the women's podcast?
Yeah.
They're talking about
No.
Okay.
That the men said that they was doubling. The women were doubling back on them, and that they were regretful for popping their balloon.
Oh.
And the women was like, "We ain't want y'all. Like we stood on business." And so they felt like y'all was lying about doubling back. And the second thing was somebody did mention this is a problem in the black community, and that with white women, that's the second comment.
Yeah,
So
we
there-
got to get full context, bro. We got to get full context about. I wish BM. I don't know if you insert a clip to see what the hell he talking about, but yeah, we got to get full context of exactly what he's referring to because I don't remember that conversation in the men's catch up. So
there was a miss.
Okay,
That
hold
was
on.
it.
I know.
That was it.
Okay. First of all, I don't know anything about this doubling back situation. I don't remember that at all. Said in the whole podcast.
I do remember that comment.
You do remember that?
Yeah. They just basically said like, oh, off the camera, it was different. They wish they would have not have paused.
But that's not doubling back.
that's
That
saying the energy was
was
different
that
after
is the energy that we said. Okay, on camera, right? these women said yada yada yada, but when we met them off camera, they were very cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we meant by that. Okay. Second part of that with the white women, I don't know anybody said anything about white women. I mentioned the black community. What's wrong with the black community is that a lot of us look at materialistic things instead of things that really matter. And the other races, I don't know, I didn't say white women, I said the other races don't do that as much.
Is that because you are you what is your dating preference? Are you typically dabbling in,
What? Oh, here we go with the race thing. God damn, he wasn't even talking about that.
That to
what does that have to do with my question?
Because you're talking about the black community, so do you go and date?
So is this true though, what I said?
That had nothing to do with. When I talk about bird brain, bruh, bird brain and the inability to observe information and process it. And I'm multitasking, bruh, because I've been on this goddamn reaction for over 2 hours. I deserve to be distracted. I've been concentrating, but I'm going to continue to do that. Yeah, I'm getting distracted, but his comment has nothing to do with him exploring races, other races outside of people classified as black or African American. It's about doing a self-reflection on us as a group, on us as a society, about the things, the negative connotations or stigmas that we are known for. That's what he's talking about. It has nothing to do with, we're dating white women or, what is she talking about, bruh? God, this woman's annoying. This is the most annoying one. And actually she is, but she kept her mouth shut a lot. She's been quiet. Besides her own segment, she really ain't had a lot to say. She's the one that's been talking the most. She's been talking the most, but hasn't been saying a goddamn thing. And the most annoying one.
I think that's the point she's trying to get to is are you with other races? Are you a part of the other races? Like, for you to now she's making assumptions. Oh yeah, he is. Be able to say that, like, black people, we always talk about our race and what the issue is with our race because it is our race and we know that, and we are constantly putting our business out there where other races aren't doing that. And if we're not involved in all these other races, then how do we know that that's a thing? How do we know that that's a fact?
Okay, so what I'm referring to is the music that we listen to.
Being able to have some.
God damn, when I talk about goddamn observations
About our women.
They can't get right.
Okay, that's what I'm referring to as when I say the black culture. Our culture is messed up. When you listen to rap, it's derogatory. It puts down women. It's talking about money, cars, yada yada. If you listen to any Spanish music, white music, or not white music, but country,
You better be careful. What the fuck you mean by white music?
Whatever.
Because them ain't got no damn white music, man. There's technically no white music, and everything was created by us. Honestly, I mean, those are just facts. We created all genres of music. Every genre is created by us. They just bastardize it. That's just a fact.
Whatever type of races, they don't talk about those things, right? And that is what's holding our community back, is that this is what we glorify, is the materialistic BS. And that's what I meant by that. It wasn't no attack on you guys. It wasn't no attack on a single individual. I was talking it as a whole race and culture. And that's it.
And I'm done.
All right. Well, any final thoughts about anything we talked about, maybe anything we missed, whatever it is, if you want to throw on there? Go ahead, Jason.
So I think something that wasn't on camera, but the whole thing of protecting or not protecting. So with the situation that you're saying where we didn't do that or whatever, and you're saying how you could have had the opportunity, for me, that's something that is big in general. If I look at something, I'm seeing somebody from the show or a show in general get really blasted with something that's ridiculous. From the episode when I matched with Charisma, right? There was an Instagram or a YouTube video made by some guys that was extremely derogatory demeaning. They were saying all kinds of nonsense about her. And this is not me being, superhero, but I made a response video to what they were saying because I shamed them as grown black men about the things they were saying about another black woman on a platform, right? It was disgusting, it was demeaning. And that's a situation where, I'm not, some captain, but at the same time, like if I'm ever as a black man in general seeing a woman being, hurt or something extremely demeaning or derogatory, I'm going to step in. So I guess for me to hear that, it was kind of like, what do you mean? But at the same time, like for us, it wasn't like you were saying we could change a narrative. It was more so us responding to things. And I don't think it was in that situation needful for us to come on and just say, hey, we should have responded badly to them. Because I don't think it was that they said wrong things. Well, everything they said, even on the show, was their preference. The reason, like Ish said, the reason it got highlighted was because of the way that we responded. And I said, the thing is when you have guys on the platform that have motion outside the show, they're not going to be like crashing out on the show when something's said about them. It's just like, okay, it is what it is.
Okay.
So
yeah. Any other final thoughts?
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to you, Arlette. Thank you to BM for just you guys having a true passion. A lot of people you'll see in the comments, this is staged, this is fake. Oh, you can really tell at this point this is staged. This is a wife and a husband who truly want to connect people and really want people to find love. It's happened. While there hasn't been a lot of matches, and even though there has been matches, and some of the matches didn't last, like mine, there is true intent in this show, So I'm glad that I was able to come on and inspire people. I didn't mean to pull my wig off, but that I just want to say thanks.
I agree with what she. I want to top on or piggyback on what she just said as far as you and BM. Like I don't think people understand that you guys are opening up your platform to kind of like help other people bring their platform up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I swear to God, I didn't know nothing about this social media stuff. The Instagram been popping lately. Like people on the DMs and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I stream on Twitch. So like all that carries over to my Twitch and that's because of you guys. Like, and that's like, that just shows the unselfishness of you guys to actually put that out there. And you know what I mean? Like you guys aren't hating or saying, like, oh, you don't get my viewers or don't, you know what I mean? Like you guys are actually pushing for that. So that's a big ups to you guys for real.
Thank you.
My final thoughts would be to never, there's more to people what meets the eye. I came on here and I said my profession and everybody had, things to say, preconceived notions about me, but I'm glad I was able to showcase my personality. I can only thank you and BM for that. Like I said, all these people have different personalities, different stories, and it's very interesting to get to know each and every one of you because, you all have a story to tell and, places you want to be. And I really respect the platform because it has helped me, showcase who I actually am.
Thank you. Danny?
Well, like I was saying, being on the show opened my mind up to saying my love may not be in Atlanta. There's a lot of good women across the country, and it slowed me down actually for looking for love. It's like, you can find a $20 bill, but you discover treasure. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna let the love that I've been looking for come to me. And so that's why I appreciate this platform because it's like, I think all these women are good. Especially in the lineup I had, I think all of them found something else like, dang. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna slow down and just focus even more. So it just really tuned me into, let me just be my complete self because all the brothers are good, the women are good. It's just like, it's a lot of good people in the world. And then when we get to bring the positivity out of the situation, I think we be able to uplift each other, because it's entertainment at the same time. So they hone in on the negative aspects of it. But when we really hone in, it's like, dang, us as a people, we do need to come together. And then we get these matches and then you be able to start family and that's what creates generational wealth. Then we'll be able to find the positive aspect in what you're doing because the goal is like what y'all two have, BM and Arlette, y'all power team, y'all power couple, and y'all trying to put that out there And you know, so that's what I got from the show, and I just appreciate that. You know,
thank you.
Yeah, I was just gonna thank BM and Arlette. Obviously, the platform is amazing. You give people a space to grow, even if it's not within a relationship, and I really appreciate that. One thing I will say is for the people out there that are watching, you know, these shows, not just this one, but in general, you have to realize the internet is not really a real place. Like, you guys were saying so many awful things, and not just
The internet is not a real place, but the real compliments that you get on your posts, you like them, you heart them, you say thank you, right? Those are the real comments you get, the real positive ones. The real negative ones, oh, they're not real, right? They're not real. It's not a real place. Make it make sense. You pick and choose what you think is real or fake based off how the quote unquote fake internet perceives you. So if the comment section was riddled with compliments, praises, admiration, the internet is real. But because most of the comments are filled with negativity, right? You know, just things of that nature, the internet is not real. So it is what it is, man.
just about me, about a lot of the people that are sitting on this couch, and even the ones that didn't make it to this couch. You do not know these people, and let's not pretend like you guys are out there perfect, because unless y'all are married and in a happy one at that, you can be married and unhappy. Unless y'all are in a happy marriage, you know, with finances all together and your life is just perfect, you have absolutely no room to judge or talk.
Nobody's lap is perfect.
Talk about people that are sitting on this couch or that just, you know, happen to cross your screen one day. And stop going out of y'all way to be mean to people, because you don't know how it affects somebody's day. Like, I'm a pretty strong person, but I was damn near blocking 10 people a day when the show first aired, because you guys were saying all types of negative things about me. And for that to affect my day, I really don't be caring what nobody say for real, but for that to affect my day, that gave me a new perspective on how I am going to decide to carry myself on these social media platforms, on the internet. I'm a lot nicer. I'm a lot more graceful. Not saying that I was mean or anything, but I'm a lot more graceful on these platforms, because you just really don't know that person for real, and you don't know what they're going through. So be nicer and stay blessed out here.
Yes. Amen. I second that.
Miss Detroit.
Second that.
Go ahead.
And I want to say, obviously, thank you, BM and Arlette, for having me on the show. It was been a great experience, even though there's like, it's kind of like a roller coaster, but overall, great experience. And I love the outcome that I got. Even though I had bad comments still, like, I still like the outcome. And I also want to talk to you guys. Yes, you know, we had our ups and downs, but, you know, and we talked about it and you were able to explain. Even when I came up in here too, like, my plan wasn't really to talk to them because I was still upset, but I got over it and I was like, okay, you know, and I came up to you guys and, you know, I still talk to them, you know, because, you know, just drama drains. It's really draining. So I'm really sorry for, you know, coming at you guys how I did.
I want to say no. You done?
Yes.
I just want to say, my bad. I want to thank BM Arlette too as well. And I just got to say to everybody out there, you know, I appreciate the girls for episode 23. Like, I appreciate y'all, you know, for the opportunity. But also I want to say that, you know, all of us that come out here, you got to come out there with confidence. And, you know, a lot of people don't have that courage and that, you know, that confidence to come out here. So for all of us to go out there, you know, it's really tough because, you know, you get judged for the good or the bad. So I just feel like, you know, all of us had, you know, we all had to step out there and, you know, take a leap of faith. And that's kind of hard, and people don't really see that. Like, it's not easy to do what we did, even if it's on the panel or if it's coming out as the introduction, because it's not easy because you get judged for anything you say, negative or bad. So I just thank BM Arlette, because if it wasn't for me watching one of the episodes where it gave me the courage to come out and reach out to Arlette and BM and have that confidence to come out and speak and introduce myself to the ladies that was on the panel. So I really appreciate you guys for that.
Nice. Yeah, they let your ass on the show twice too, man. So shout out to them. late observation. I know. TJ and the stripper, they're sitting across from each other. They matched. And this shows you they're not a match. He wants nothing to do with her. Like the stripper stigma, he wants nothing to do with that, bro. They're sitting across from each other. I just wanted to make that observation.
And then I guess my closing comments are, love is hard. Love is not eternal, but everyone should take that leap of faith and always hope to find that special person. And they shouldn't be judged by their preferences or anything that is unique about them. So thank you, Arlette. Thank you, BM. What you guys are doing is really impactful to not only these individuals here, but people outside of all across the world, honestly. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
The production team too. My bad.
Oh, yes, of course. We can never forget them.
Say the production team too, man.
Shout out, y'all.
Shout out production.
And honestly, thank you to all of you guys, because you guys are, what makes the show. Every single one of you came out here. You let your personality shine. You spoke your truth. You didn't care what people had to say. You're like, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to go find love. Even if you didn't find it, you still were able to put yourself out there. And that takes a lot of bravery, and that takes a lot of guts, and you all did it. And honestly, thank you guys all for coming and taking your time to be here again today. So yeah, big up to you guys. Let's make it up. There's some noise.
Last thing I wanted to say was, always remember everybody does have their preferences of what they like and what they don't like, but we just had enough guts to come and do it in front of millions of people. So next time you guys want to sit here and say, oh, she popped because of this or he popped because of that, it's just kind of like this happens in the day-to-day world every day, but we had enough guts to actually say what we like, what we don't like. So I just wanted to bring that to light, because at the end of the day, everyone just likes what they like.
Okay.
Word.
Jay?
I just want to thank Arlette and BM for giving us a safe space to be transparent and get to a place where we can actually be truthful about our likes and dislikes. Take these opportunities when people are being transparent to not look at the negative, but look at it as an opportunity to improve upon the negative, right? So if you are short, you can improve your style, you can improve your money, you know what I mean? Don't focus on the negative so much as, I can't get in.
Look at her she's waiting for a rebuttal. She's trying to rebuttal. Whatever he said, she doesn't like, she never liked whatever he said, bro. Just combative, confrontational. That's why her punk ass still single, bro.
Where I fit in here, try to figure out, oh, man, you know what? I messed up. Forget it, man. Thank you.
I was like, where you going? You sure you ain't got no hope? That's what he's saying.
Being negative. Okay, and obviously just to go ahead and close out everything, of course, thank you. The biggest thank you to my husband. He works day in and day out, doing from recruiting to editing to putting everything up to reaching out to people to setting up.
I'm curious. Did y'all hire an assistant? Like, do y'all have an assistant to do all the recruiting, or y'all doing that yourself? Because that's a lot of work to do this production every week, man, and record and edit. That's a lot of work. So shout out to BM for real.
So much stuff. Like, he works so hard, and none of us would be sitting here today if it wasn't for him. So shout out to BM. And thank you everyone at home for tuning in. We will definitely catch you all next time. Look out for season 4. Bye.
I don't know when season 4 dropped, but anyway, man, if you made it this far, that's a long ass reaction video, bro. Listen, if you made it this far, I may have to do something for you, because I appreciate you. You watched my entire reaction without, stopping it whenever you stopped it. But I appreciate you, man, and I have to do something for my appreciation. I'll figure it out. But anyway, that's my reaction, family. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Till next time. Signing out. Peace.